thought that was going to have a little more pop to it.
Yeah, it was a light one, I guess.
All right.
I mean, it is just a spin drift. They're not.
Let's give it a try.
Yeah, go for it. Let's get the real pop ski in here.
This little slim.
Let's get that Road Warrior pop ski.
Whoa.
That was a cacophony.
The spray everywhere.
Cacophony of sound. That was
David Duchovny.
It was a David Duchovny. That's exactly the word.
Okay, good.
It was just a powerful.
What was that motherfucker? He was in X-Files.
He was, yes.
Californication,
yes.
I don't know what else he was in.
There's a really good, early 2000s, I guess, comedy called Evolution that he's in with Orlando Jones.
Yeah, that's a guy.
Not Orlando Jordan.
Well, now that's a man.
Hold on. Evolution's a Mystery. From 2001. It is Orlando. It's Orlando Jones.
Yeah.
David Duchovny, Orlando Jones, Julianne Moore, Sean William Scott, Ted Levine, who was Buffalo Bill in Silence of the Lambs.
Okay.
Ethan Suplee.
Okay. Leslie Staccato.
Ty Burrell, who was the Julie Bowen's husband on Modern Family.
Oh, okay.
Dan Aykroyd has a brief appearance in it. Sarah Silverman has a small role.
Was he like a lead role in this?
Duchovny's the star.
Well,
okay.
That's.
But the person that I'm leaving out of this list, who was billed right after Ethan Suplee, is Michael Bauer.
Okay.
I'm going to show you a picture of Michael Bauer now, and I'm pretty sure you'll know who Michael Bauer is.
I don't know who Michael Bauer is.
It's Donkey Lips.
Oh, whoa! What the fuck?
Salute Your Shorts. Donkey Lips is in Evolution.
Holy fuck! Okay. Fucking Donkey Lips, dude.
So it's a sci-fi comedy. Like aliens come and like they create like these big lavish worlds.
I vaguely remember the trailer.
And like there's a point where like it gets under your skin, like, and then like, they evolve at this very fast rate. So first they're dealing with like microscopic organisms, and it becomes bugs, and it becomes mammals. Like they go through this whole thing in this little, and they got to try and stop it.
How'd they do at the box office?
Oh, probably terribly, but I like it. It was directed by Ivan Reitman, who like directed Ghostbusters and stuff.
Wow.
I enjoyed the shit out of it. 6.1 on IMDb. You know,
yeah.
PG-13. You know, Sean William Scott's in it.
PG-13 was in it?
Yes, PG-13 was also in it. Here you go. It was its budget was $80 million, and it made 98.
Oh, success!
Yeah.
So why didn't they do an Evolution 2?
I don't know that there was necessarily room for a sequel. And also,
Evolution 2 evolved.
That's okay. Yeah.
I mean,
Evolution 2, it's a mystery.
Yeah.
You know what? It is a mystery why they didn't do Evolution 2.
That's what that song's really about.
It's really what it is about.
Lemmy was in the know, brother.
Right. He wrote all about that. But like Sean William Scott's like third down build in this, and like that's the same year American Pie 2 came out. So
okay, as opposed to American Pie.
It's 2 years after American Pie, but like that's
it's a pretty big name.
It's a big fucking name, you know? So
Sean William Scott.
So there you go.
What's he up to?
He's in that sequel that Becky.
We were
Kevin
talking
James.
about that. Yeah,
he's in the sequel.
And
he made the Goon. Those Goon movies.
Goon movies are really good.
Yeah,
I think those are like old now.
Well, yeah, but they're still.
They're good.
He made them while he was on the downturn, and they were still good.
Yeah, he made them. I
think he's back a little bit though.
What movie did he do with The Rock? Was he in Walking Tall?
No, that is The Rundown.
The Rundown.
Yes.
The remake. Yeah.
No, the remake was Walking Tall.
Oh, The Rundown was. What the fuck was The Rundown?
The Rundown is the one with Christopher Walken and
all these
Ernie
movies
Reyes Jr.
like just combined in my head.
So Walking Tall is The Rock and Johnny Knoxville.
Okay.
Which is the remake of the Joe Don Baker. You guys watch Joe Don Baker movies? Joe Don Baker action movie.
Okay.
The Rundown was the one where Sean William Scott like is on the run and he goes to South America and The Rock has to track him down and bring him back.
All right.
And Christopher Walken's the bad white guy running like the mining town or whatever.
Okay, I remember.
And then they get into the jungle fight with Ernie Reyes Jr., who you would know as Keno from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2.
Jungle fight.
They do. It's on the vines and stuff. Yeah. Rundown's fun. Rundown's also like 78 minutes or something. Walking Tall's also very short.
Probably for the best.
Absolutely for the best. Rosario Dawson, I believe, is the love interest in The Rundown also.
I thought I was just going to say of my life.
Well,
I'd say yes. What about remember the time she was on AEW?
Rosario Dawson?
Yeah.
Vaguely.
What about, you ever see Faster?
That was 2003, so that's 2 years after Evolution, the rundown happened.
Jeez. You ever see
Well,
Faster?
it's an hour and 44. Faster, no.
With The Rock? You should watch that.
Yeah?
I think you'd like it.
Okay.
You know, it's a good action movie where he's like a ruthless killer.
Yeah.
Just getting revenge.
Okay.
You should watch it.
Yeah. Did you see The Rock's Madame Tussauds statue?
Oh, how terrible
It looked just like him, only it was the same
Yeah.
skin tone that I have.
Man, he's just white.
This white stone there.
Yeah. What's the name of this podcast?
This is We Need Wrestling. That's Brett. I'm DJ. Welcome. We're talking The Rock. That's wrestling.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the most wrestling we've ever talked about in the opening moments of this show in the last 6 months.
I think you're right.
So, yeah, welcome to We Need Wrestling. We got a week of wrestling to talk about. And because we were at AEW Dynamite last night. Just gonna have to power through it, buddy. Just gonna have to survive. Fight to survive.
Dude, that's like getting hit with fucking
brother.
mace.
Kumite. It's tough.
Ugh.
It's tough. I understand. She's adorable. Please forgive her.
If I did that, I'd be like a fucking scumbag.
If you did that, you'd be on an airplane next to Anthony Bowens.
Oh man!
So
I wonder, like, dude, did this guy just like? I don't know if it was a guy.
I don't know. Yeah, right.
Might have been a lady.
Right, we don't know.
Like, did they just like put it on their pants and just poop?
Right, or they try and like, did they think it wasn't going to
like
fall
a
out?
shit log fall
Because if
out?
you're in shorts, it's coming out the legs.
Yeah,
this is what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I haven't pooed myself in a long time.
This is part of the news section. Somebody shit themselves by Anthony Bowens on the plane.
Right, new wrestling news. We'll just get right into it.
Yeah.
Doop, 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 doop. Anthony Bowens was on a flight and somebody shit their pants.
Yep.
Next to him.
They shit their whole ass.
I need him to go on a pod. Anthony Bowens, if you want to come on this,
yes.
we will not talk about your wrestling career
Not
in
at
any
all.
capacity.
I just want to know about the poop.
Right. I'm gonna actually, you know what? I'm gonna pull a Joe Sposo. I'm tweeting at Anthony Bowens right now.
There was pumpkin seeds in said poop.
Insane.
That's disgusting.
What's Bowens's?
I assume it's
Bowens
at,
official.
Okay, I was gonna say I assume at Anthony Bowens.
Hey, Bowens official, want to come on our podcast
and talk about the poop?
We don't want to talk about wrestling. We only, I mean, all caps only.
Yeah.
We only want to talk about the
poo incident.
The airplane pooper.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Love you.
Love you. Thanks.
Yeah.
There you go. Wait, I guess I got to put the shit emoji somewhere, right? That's a thing.
Ah, yeah.
People,
you want to talk about the maybe just the emoji?
Yeah.
Poop.
I'm gonna put 3 poops. You think it's a 3 poop tweet? I think so.
I don't know.
I'm gonna do 3 poops.
A three turder.
It's a 3 turder. Post. So there you go. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Dude, no more BS. Paul White's fucking delusional.
What do he do now?
This is an interview. He said, I got 1.5 years, 2 years left before I hang it all up.
What do you hang all what up?
Really, it's about trying to help this younger town that
Wait,
onto that commentary role.
Is this a suicide note?
Yeah, like, what the fuck? I mean, we'll talk about later, but
hang what up?
like,
Showing up occasionally in a vignette as Captain Insano?
That's crazy talk.
Yeah, that's nuts.
His knees bend inward.
Right.
Like,
you did your deal, dude. Like,
yeah, like, let it fucking go, man.
Remember that time you ripped heaters? You peaked. Ripping heaters walking down the entry ramp in WCW.
It was real cool.
That's the best he ever was.
Remember that time when Big Boss Man showed up at your dad's funeral?
Where my daddy where?
Oh, if I can go back in time and put Christian there too. Oh, it'd be so perfect. Just put Christian and the Big Boss Man.
Wham, my daddy wham. I do see people sometimes they take the new Andre Ultimate and put the WCW Paul White head on it and have an ultimate giant. I mean, an ultimate the Giant.
I mean, you could do that.
And
I will not, but
yeah. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I'm like, I'd be cool throwing an NWO shirt on him and like, you know, he could put a heater in his mouth.
I would want like the giant yelling face, so when he like does the choke slam sign, you know,
that's true.
Not just like stone face.
He was an impressive dude when he was like 19 and they showed him up and he was 7 foot tall.
he's still impressive.
He's still, well, yeah, of course, right. He's still at the big show. Sorry, no more BS.
That
Paul
don't
White.
impress me much.
All right, so we're in news. Is that where we're at here? I do have a piece of news that I wrote down.
Okay.
AEW related. Don't know if you saw this. The Andersons are gone.
Arn too?
Yep.
I didn't know Arn. I knew Brock was.
Brock the other day made the announcement, that he's taking bookings, that he's out. Arn let his contract expire. He did not re-up with AEW.
Did he really?
He did. I imagine in some sort of solidarity with his useless son. I guess I'm salty today. That's going to happen.
It's funny.
So, but yeah, remember they were using Brock Anderson for a little while?
Yeah, remember that main event he had against Malachi Black on an episode of Dynamite, aka the worst episode of Dynamite ever?
Yes.
That was the fucking worst.
But, yeah, so they're both gone. I think that's a bit of a bummer. I mean, not that Arn was doing much.
Oh, yeah.
But I liked seeing Arn. It's funny that Arn announces he's gone the next week Ric Flair shows up. Uh-huh. That's interesting.
Funny how that works.
Spoilers for later. We're going to talk about Ric Flair. I have feelings.
Oh, do you?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I mean, we were there for it, so I want to talk about it.
I like it.
All right. But pro wrestling news, I Googled that. Let's see what is happening. CM Punk explains why wrestlers will never unionize. It's because they're stupid and selfish. Yeah, maybe him and Jesse Ventura can get together and go bowling.
Yeah,
but let's see.
That's right, Phil.
Sure. WWE is very interested in signing Will Ospreay. I'm not going to mention it here, but last night in Philadelphia, we did get the inside track.
That's breaking news. The inside scoop.
I'm not going to say it here because I don't want to blow up Will Ospreay's spot.
Yeah, that's true.
But we spoke to an expert.
Yes.
In the matter. I'm not going to say who.
Okay, a Wendy's.
It was in a Wendy's.
This is fucking Wendy's.
And
he said, hey guys.
Right.
Let me in on the inside scoop.
If you email the show at WeNeedWrestling at gmail.com and PayPal Joe Sposto $1.
Yes.
And we'll tell you the inside scoop on what's actually happening to Will Ospreay. But just let it be known.
The real story.
That before doors opened at AEW Dynamite last night in the Wendy's next to the Licorice Center, we got the true inside scoop on what's going on with Ospreay.
Yeah, or you can call 1-900-909-9900.
That's true. You can also call that.
Yeah, kids get your parents' permission.
Right. Let's see. What else is going on? AEW announces a new pay-per-view. Undertaker starts up his own podcast. So I'm
waiting for Tim for Final Wrestle Place to review that.
Okay, good. Let's see what else is going on. I think that's really it for news. I think it's an all-around sort of quiet week outside of things that happened on wrestling television.
I have a piece of news, but we'll talk about it.
Okay. Hold on.
Towards the end of the show.
Did I screen cap a piece of news? I might have screen capped a piece of news. Oh, I did. It was just the Arn Anderson thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have a piece, but we'll talk about it towards the end of the show.
Okay, towards the end of the show.
Yeah.
Now that we did the news, you okay, buddy? How's things? You all good? We'll get right into it. We're mixing up the order a little bit.
I'm chilling. I'm not going to hit my horror movie goal.
Okay.
I'm just not.
All right, that's fine.
I just don't have time.
That's fine.
Unfortunately.
Some people are winners, some people aren't. It's just what it is.
Listen, man. I'm spread too thin, all right? That's the first time I've ever had that complaint in my life.
That's true.
No, man. Shit's good. I'm fucking chilling, man.
Okay.
Ready to go see...
I'm at 48 movies, so I'm good.
You're an insane person. Ready to go see Unbroken and Blacklisted on Saturday.
That's me cool.
And go eat cheesesteaks afterwards.
Nice. Where's it at? Church?
Nice. Yep. I'm excited.
Great little spot.
Yeah. That's going to be a good time.
Cool.
It's fucking sold out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
NWO sold out.
Sold out in less than a minute.
So that it's wrestling. NWO sold out.
This is the second.
Less than a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, they added a second show?
Yeah. Nice. So excited. Can't wait. And it's a matinee. Because I get home early.
Did they add... They added an early show?
They added the early show.
So they're playing Saturday night also?
So Friday night.
Oh, okay.
And then Saturday afternoon. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Thank God.
Yeah,
Saturday lineup's better too. So I'm happy. Yeah. Other than that, yeah, man, I'm fucking happy.
Matinee on a Saturday, you're not going to know how to do it yourself.
It's gonna be
usually
great.
Get the matinees on a Sunday because you got to get home to the bed to catch
Saturday
your 40
matinee.
wings.
I was like, dude, this show's going to be over by like 6, 7 o'clock.
And then by 8:30, 9 o'clock, you're going to be arrested in Philadelphia.
Why?
I don't know. For getting in trouble.
I'm not a troublemaker.
You are.
No,
that's true.
Stop it, you. I used to be. It's
true.
Yeah, I don't know.
You can be convinced to be again.
I probably. Yeah, shit's fucking sweet though. Good. How about you?
I'm good, buddy. You know.
Yeah.
Had a good time last night, which we'll talk about.
Oh my god. Yeah. Reason why
yeah.
I'm drinking a Monster already.
There you go. I slept in today.
I tried, not me.
I didn't go to bed till like 3:30 or so. So
for me, it was about 2:45.
Yeah. But
feeling the effects.
Yeah.
But we're all right.
We'll get through it.
No, we're good.
We're good.
We're good.
We're good.
It's going to power me through.
Good.
Thank you, Monster Ultra Strawberry Dreams.
It's not the biggest
not a sponsor.
wrestling week. They can be if they want to be. Monster, hit us. Monster, if you want to know what's happening with Ospreay and you want to give us a sponsorship deal.
It's true.
WeNeedWrestling@gmail.com.
You are competitive against Dwayne and Zoa.
Yes. So, Toazoa? Who was that? Was that a guy? I don't know.
What?
I don't know. That sounded like a name.
Toazoa?
Toazoa? I don't know.
Are you thinking of Big Boa?
No, I'm not thinking of Big Boa. I wish I was thinking of Big Boa.
The boa constrictor himself?
Yeah, the boa constrictor himself. I don't know. Whatever. What's no. What's the Gates of Agony guy's name?
Oh, dude, gun to head, I have no fucking... Bishop Khan.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh, the
Toa
other...
Leona.
Okay, well, all right.
So, I was close. Whatever.
You were in the parking lot.
I'm in the ballpark. Yeah, that's fine.
You're not even in the ballpark. You're in the parking lot.
Parking lot. That's fine. Close enough.
Yeah. All right. I mean,
yeah, we're just gonna get right into it.
Yeah.
Not a ton of wrestling this week because wrestling, it's the fall. Wrestling slows down a little bit. That's what it is. And especially in Japan, we're not covering Super Juniors tag tournament because
there hasn't been anything.
What's the point? That's the other piece of news I wanted to talk about before we move on. Taguchi, 400 matches in Kurikan Hall. Only like the third dude to ever do that. Behind it was Liger and Tanahashi. Was that what it was?
That stopped you in your tracks.
It's a little rough.
You're
gonna have to live in the mystery of what ailment we're dealing with.
There might be
tonight.
some mist there.
It's rough. What was I going to look up? I was going to look up that Taguchi tweet. Whatever, it doesn't matter. My hero Taguchi setting records. Fucking
dude, that is I'm fucking trying so hard. And I just dude, oh my god. That's like taking a fucking right cross from Tyson in his prime.
It's rough for sure.
Whoa.
I don't know what's going on.
Eyes water.
I can't help it. This is what it is. Everybody's just going to have to live with this. We're going to live with it, and we'll tell you later. Again, you know what? It's a show of mysteries. You want to know what's going on, email the show. WeNeedWrestling@gmail.com.
My fucking eyes turned into Barry Saturn all of a sudden. Holy shit.
So... yeah, so Taguchi setting records. I wanted to talk about that. What a weird fucking punch.
It's not marijuana, I'll tell you right now. It's not drugs.
We are
sorry, Ed.
Both
but
at
it's
least,
not drugs.
At least partially sober.
Oh my god. All right. So yeah, Taguchi did a thing.
Yes, Taguchi forwarded in Kurikan Hall. He's the guy.
Good for him.
All right. So we've been talking for 20 minutes. It only happened twice. That bodes well.
That's once per 10 minutes. Oh, all right. So
where are we starting? What American corporation are we starting with?
I guess the WWE.
We're gonna start WWE.
Yeah, because I watched some SmackDown.
Oh, okay.
By watched SmackDown, I mean I watched a match.
Yeah.
Partly for the match and partly for somebody on the outside of the ring. Io Sky versus Charlotte.
Okay.
For the women's title, world title, heavyweight. I don't fucking know what they're calling it at this point.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, man, it's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't enjoyed a Charlotte match probably since Mania against Rhea. Granted, she was off for a while anyway, but
sure.
I just don't enjoy
Charlotte.
Charlotte's
not my bag.
But I thought it was really good, man. Io retains.
Did her beat Charlotte?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I mean, Bayley got involved.
Ah, well, of course.
Bayley.
Pam, what's up? Big shout out.
She, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, she was wearing some whatever, man. She was wearing shorts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate doing that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Brother. Miss Pam setting the world on fire.
Underrated, brother. Underrated.
No. That's fully appreciated.
Well, underrated as a whole, I guess.
Yeah.
In the world.
But at the end, Bianca Belair came out and made the save for Charlotte. Charlotte was getting beat up by EO.
Oh,
and,
Charlotte's babyface.
And Miss Pam, yeah.
Oh.
But, yeah.
Who's the other women's champion?
Rhea.
Oh, right.
So I had this discussion this week about WWE. I had this discussion with somebody. And how Rhea, Rhea's almost getting that Roman run where she just doesn't defend the belt.
Yeah.
Because she's just tied up in other stuff.
Right.
And I'm
like the story isn't leading for anything for her. She's just there to back up Dom and whatever.
Yeah, and kind of be like the figurehead almost of Judgment Day.
Oh, yeah.
But
that's good that she's not just their valet.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
But she just doesn't defend the belt at all. And I'm like, okay, because she's a good wrestler.
Yeah, for
I like
sure.
Rhea a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, she just doesn't defend the belt a lot.
Weird.
But yeah, what's up, Pam? And then from Raw, I watched Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn.
Okay.
Drew wins, and Drew's on a slow burn heel turn.
Really? I was going to say, those guys are faces.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're slowly turning. They're setting him up as the next challenger for Rollins.
Oh, okay.
And that's one where I'm like, put the belt on Drew.
Yeah.
Just
put the belt on Drew. He deserves it.
Yeah.
Put the belt on Drew.
You didn't do it to Nakamura. Put the belt on Drew.
Just get it off of Rollins.
Yeah. But yeah, match was real good. Of course, who would have thunk? It's not.
Right. Those guys can wrestle.
What's
Sammy look like next to McIntyre in the ring? McIntyre's a big dude.
Sammy's deceptively tall.
Yeah. Right.
So he's not that much shorter than Drew, but you can see obviously the size difference.
Yeah.
But yeah, Drew's one of those guys, man, where it sucked that he won the title at that COVID Mania.
Yep.
And he never got the chance to run with it in front of a crowd.
Yeah.
Right? Sucks.
And then there was talks of him leaving again and all that.
Yeah. I would like to see him beat Seth, though. And go on like a heel run. Mm-hmm. That'd be nice. Why the fuck not?
Right.
It's got a little change up there.
Right. But will they put two? Would they? I guess they'd be fine with having two heel champions.
Roman's barely on TV anymore. That man's just cashing checks.
Yeah, right. I mean, this belt was given so that there be a champion defending on the top of the card.
So you can do whatever you want with it. That's all I had from WWE.
Okay, well, I watched NXT.
Yeah, you did.
Halloween Havoc Part 1. I guess I'll have to watch Part 2 this coming week.
I mean, it seems only right.
So I gave everything a chance and then was like, yeah, I'm good here. Shotzi Blackheart and what's her name? Scarlett hosted. Shotzi dressed as Pinhead. Cool. And I guess they did a lot of the spinning the wheel, making the deal on it regular NXT to set this show up. The previous weeks.
Clip I saw of them doing it was
they spun the wheel once on this show.
Was Gigi Dolan.
Yeah.
Spun the wheel for a lights out match against
right, yes.
B. Priestley.
Yes.
Or whatever the fuck her name is now.
No, yeah, Blair Davenport.
Blair Davenport.
So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of pieces to talk about through this entire 2-hour show.
I'm interested.
It's not even much to talk about. There's 2 matches I want to talk about. The first being the most important pro wrestling match to happen this week.
God damn you.
Lexis King versus Dante Chen.
Shout out Dante Chen.
Lexis King's television wrestling debut. Dante Chen, the gatekeeper of NXT. So, Pillman Jr., which is what I'm fucking calling him, rolled out on a throne from the entrance ramp, trying to look cool, but just looking lame as shit. Mm-hmm. And he had generic hair metal as his entrance music.
Good.
It's real bad. Maybe it'll be played before this episode.
Oh, no.
He looks into the camera and says, Brian Pillman is dead. Or Brian Pillman Jr. is dead. I don't know if he said the junior. Maybe it's a little double entendre there. Long live Lexis King. Jimmy King's child, I'm assuming.
Lexis King.
So, Brian Pillman's dead. He cut that promo about not wanting to be on his father's legacy. What colors do you think Lexis King wore to the ring?
Orange.
Orange and black.
Of course.
Okay.
Was it cheetah print too?
No.
Should have been.
And then I'm looking at his knee pad. And his knee pad has the Pillman Four Horsemen logo on it.
Because of course it does. What the fuck? Why?
And I'm like, what's going on here? Are you not divorcing yourself from this legacy?
Yeah.
You're half-assing this so that at any moment when this Lexis King clearly doesn't fucking work, you can still be Pillman? Because it's not subtle. It's not like people aren't going to fucking know. Like he's like, oh, it's just there to really honor my dad. It's a subtle nod to him. No, he's just there. Like, it's really ridiculous.
Yeah. But
the match is real bad.
That's upsetting.
It's not, though. Because we know he was real bad.
Yeah, there was no saving grace there.
There's nothing that Pillman can... Thankfully, he's not just stealing, like, Kenny Omega's moveset. But, like, he just looks bad.
I saw his finisher. It was like a rope hang spinning neck breaker.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. And which Booker T on commentary calls it a modified something.
Modified something, hey?
So, yeah.
Booker T. Boy, his commentary is real good.
He's the fucking worst. He's the main reason, honestly, not to not watch NXT.
He's terrible.
He's fucking terrible. The next thing they're doing, they run the women's breakout tournament still. And there's 2 matches on this that are both to see who gets into the finals of the women's breakout tournament. Mm-hmm. I don't know the second one because it was real bad. All I have to say about this first one was Kalani Jordan versus Ariana Grace.
Okay.
Kalani Jordan comes out dressed as Spider-Gwen.
Okay.
From, like the full, she got the hood up, her gear looks like Spider-Gwen. I was like, I'm interested. And then commentary says that she's been deemed the total package.
Well, that's bullshit.
And I was like, yeah, this is good. Fast forward. There's already a total package. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe if you said the total lady package.
The total package.
Yeah.
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 Freddie
Luger. Jade comes out to sit on a throne to watch it over NXT.
I'll watch that.
She's in like a gold dress that was definitely see-through.
Good for her.
And so she's like watching over NXT. I swear to God, if Jade goes to NXT, it's what a bad fucking decision that's going to be. And like, did you see her on SmackDown at all? Did she at all? Do you know, did she show up on SmackDown this week?
She did. I don't remember.
Did she show up on Raw this week?
I don't remember.
So if not, she's showing up on NXT every week. And like, I understand she's green. I know she needs to work. But putting her on NXT is a fucking death sentence.
Yeah.
There's nothing for her to do.
They want to build that brand.
You have her win the title immediately.
Yeah.
And then what is there for her to do in NXT? Nothing.
Yeah.
28 minutes. So, like, there's just nothing for her to do then. So you have to put her on the main roster, and I would have her win the title right away. But that is what it is.
Yeah.
And then the main event is Lyra Valkyria, whatever. Though she's Irish, she trained at the school Becky Lynch trained at, blah, 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 versus Becky Lynch for the NXT Women's title. They do the introductions, they're lined up across the ring, and they go to commercial before they lock up. Like, the bell rings and they cut to commercial for your main event.
That's always good to get the crowd going.
Right. It doesn't come back from commercial until a minute. It's an hour and 59 minutes into this show. There was 1 minute left in the original run time for them left in this match. It runs over by like 10 minutes or whatever.
Okay.
The match isn't good. This crowd is trained so well that Becky Lynch hits the manhandle slam and Lyra kicks out and the whole crowd starts going, holy shit. I'm like, it's a kick out.
Yeah.
Of her secondary finisher. And I'm just like, what? This isn't a holy shit. Like, you're just trained. Like, it's not a holy shit moment. Like, it's a cool, like, oh my God, she kicked out of Becky's secondary finish or whatever. Cool. But a holy shit chant is super weird. AEW fans do it too. Like, you get some weird fucking chants that, like,
it's just wrestling.
They heard him at an indie show 10 years
man.
ago, and now they give it to every fucking match. It's very weird. But Becky loses this match.
Oh, yeah. She lost the belt.
Lyra Valkyria is the champion. Good for her. The match wasn't good.
Long live Lyra.
Yes.
All right.
It just wasn't very good, but it's great. You finish the story. At least somebody's allowed to there, I guess. But yeah, and that's all NXT. Like, there was like 4 women's matches on this show, which is cool.
Yeah.
But it just there is nothing here wrestling wise, and I'm like, yeah, this is really good. I should watch this thing. I think the Tony Pepperoni and his guy lost the tag titles too.
Oh
to
Chase U.
Yeah.
Sure.
So whatever. You can tell I watched that match.
Yeah. Good.
But I just don't get it. And on top of not getting the wrestling, like I could probably at least, because like it's not like I don't watch bad matches every week. AEW fucking has them.
Absolutely.
But like I could get, if NXT gave me a couple of good matches, I'd have a much easier time getting into it if Booker T would shut the fuck up or not be on the show.
He's real bad.
He's real bad. So I'll watch Halloween Havoc again because I like Halloween Havoc as an idea.
Yeah. It was always my favorite.
But what a mess.
As opposed to my Halloween Havoc shirt that I wore yesterday and my Halloween Havoc shirt I'm wearing today.
Right, you are. You're obsessed.
I love Halloween Havoc.
So
Slim Jim Halloween
that's
Havoc.
true. But yeah, NXT's a mess. I don't love it. I don't know. Like, I just don't get it. But whatever. I guess whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see what the ratings are now that they didn't advertise fucking Undertaker this week.
Did they release them?
I don't fucking know. I don't look at those things.
Oh, look. Go ahead.
You look. But I mean, that's all I got for NXT. I just don't understand it. Again, if you watch it, good on you. Like if you like it. But there's nothing drawing me in.
So it's saying here it did 787,000.
Okay.
Which I think
about 200,000 down from the week before.
Yeah, I think it might have did more than Dynamite.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dynamite was at like 900,000 last week.
Yeah. Let's see. What did it? I know. Great riveting radio.
Yep. Radio. You're right.
Yeah. 774.
That's what Dynamite did. And what did NXT do?
787.
Oh, beat him by 10,000. What a shame.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I mean, what was on Wednesday? What was going on Wednesday night in the sports world against Tuesday? Nothing. That's a shame. I wonder where it was on cable. But whatever.
I don't know. Whatever.
It doesn't really matter.
Fucking matter.
It actually doesn't matter.
No.
But
I just like to look for shits and giggles.
Yes. But that's it for NXT. And then we also watched Impact. Did we watch Impact this week?
Yeah, we did. Impact Bound for Glory.
What a weird show we've become because New Japan shits the bed in the fall.
Yeah, so Impact had their Bound for Glory.
Yes.
Pape, I guess.
Where does this like rank in their pay-per-view structure? Is this one of their bigger ones?
I think so. I think this one. I think they still do Slammiversary. Maybe Hard to Kill might be a good one.
Okay.
I don't know any of
the truer statement.
What about old like TNA Lockdown? Remember Lockdown?
I guess
the Cage pay-per-view.
Right. I guess that's news, right? We didn't talk about that, but that happened Thursday. We will here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, because it happens on this fucking show.
Yes. So
all right.
Impact Wrestling Bound for Glory.
Bound for Glory.
I watched 3 matches. You only watched 2.
It's correct.
I watched for the Impact Tag Team Championships. The Rascals.
Yep.
Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz. Mm-hmm. The champs going up against the challengers, ABC.
ABC.
Ace Austin and Chris Bay.
Why are they called ABC?
Austin, Bay, and then the C is for Club.
Okay.
Bullet Club.
They're still Bullet Club?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah, they come out the Bullet Club theme and everything.
Okay.
So.
Well, good for them.
You know what? Hey, why not have a little representation all around the world? It is interesting, like, if Impact and AEW ever do anything again, like will Bullet Club Gold have?
I don't know.
Who knows?
I think we should get Bullet Club in the LVAC. I think LVAC should
Who
have their
would
own,
be in the Bullet Club and LVAC?
LVAC should have their own Bullet Club faction.
So the leaders, Would Boar want to be in Bullet Club?
I don't know. That's whiny baby face there.
Yeah, but then he can get like the Boar Club shirt made.
Oh,
See?
That's true. All right.
I'm
into it.
I have to reach out.
Yeah.
Which then by default, Erica would have to be Bullet Club.
Well, the Bullet Club needs a heater.
Yeah, that's true. A true shit kicker.
That's right.
Who else? Who else could be in Bullet Club from LVAC?
So I don't love the pairing with Born Erica because I love Born Erica too much. Gummy Boar, if you will. But because of his actions and behaviors, I think you'd have to put Lucky in there.
Okay, yeah.
Right? So
God,
with just a dick kick club shirt.
Yeah.
And then I would go, sadly, I wouldn't want to break up Club Soda, but I would put Jeff Cannonball.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cannonball Club?
Cannonball's awesome.
Okay.
So, you know.
And then Diamond Joe could be the mouthpiece.
Right, yes, absolutely. Diamond Joe gets to take his true destiny and ascension to the top of finally actually becoming Victor Quinones.
Listen, he could say he was in the same stable as Jeff Jarrett was at one time,
That's
okay?
right, absolutely.
Yeah.
Joe finally rises up to fulfill the second coming of Victor Quinones. I think that's a great idea. Let's get on the horn.
Hey.
If you're listening to this, I know at least some of you are. Let's talk. Even if you don't do it, I think Boar Club T-shirt's a hell of an idea.
Boar Club.
So
let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, match was really fucking good.
Yeah.
Austin and Bay win the tag titles back.
Yeah.
It was like less than 10 minutes. Which is perfect.
Okay. Yeah, great.
It was super high, fast paced. It's like a good junior tag.
Mm-hmm.
While watching it, I was like, I wish these guys were both in the junior tag league. It would make me actually interested,
right.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thought it was really good. I really like Ace Austin. I've liked him for a long time.
Yeah.
So
I'm shocked that they're not, I guess because Impact's using them, but like they're not in the junior tag league. That's weird.
No.
Yeah. You would think that because Bay wasn't in the Super Juniors tournament last year, but Austin was.
I don't know if he was in it last year.
Ace Austin. Oh, the year before? Was that 2 years ago that Ace Austin was in that?
Or no, was it last year? Yeah, because last year's when Yuta was in it too, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and Ace Austin was in it, and Alex Zane was in it, because that's when Ace Austin joined Bullet Club.
Right, yeah.
Was that last year?
I think so.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's fucking wild. Yeah. Boy, time is just going.
It is, it's true.
Time keeps on ticking. Mm-hmm. All right, next match.
Okay.
One Mr. Will Ospreay.
Yes.
Who, this is his first time in Impact, I said in 6 or 7 years, I think. Mm-hmm. Going up against Speedball Mike Bailey.
Yes, and this was requested us talk about it by Kev Hellions, right?
Yeah. You know, I know in the Discord Monday, Mike put something up too. He's like, he watched it because Meltzer was like, this is the greatest Ospreay match, maybe ever or whatever.
Really?
Or he was really talking about it heavy. And Mike said, he goes, I watched it, and I don't even know if it's top 5 Ospreay this year.
Yeah.
Listen, I thought it was really good.
Yeah, it's good.
I agree with Mike. I don't think it's top 5 Ospreay this year. It might be, maybe. I could think of others real quick.
What's funny is I didn't know that Meltzer said that, and my note is it's not even top 10 Ospreay this year.
Yeah.
Because people are like, all time. It really, really isn't.
So Ospreay wins, obviously.
Yes.
Because, of course, you're going to have that. So we talked a little bit about this yesterday.
Yeah. We did.
In the car.
Yes.
And we both had the same feelings about it.
Yeah.
Speedball looked very outclassed.
Yeah. So what I said was that if I was Speedball, I would walk back into the locker room and kindly ask, what's his name that books Impact? Scott D'Amore, to never do this to me again. Not that it wasn't good, but Speedball looked like a guy struggling to be Will Ospreay.
Yeah.
And it's kind of what he is, right? It at the end of the day, I think because of Speedball's limitations, and Speedball's a good wrestler. He's just not the end all be all that I think that everybody not everybody, a lot of people claim him to be. I think this match actually gets limited because Ospreay has to revert to being more of just a guy who does stuff against Speedball than what Ospreay has sort of started to turn into. It's not that he's still not like 40% guy who does stuff, but he's a guy who does stuff that also knows how to plant his fucking feet and tell a story a little better than he ever has. And Speedball just looks like a dude he looks like Will Ospreay of 6 years ago or 7 years ago. And in this match, I was just like, oh my God, like Speedball doesn't look bad, but like you can just tell that this isn't a ballpark here.
Yeah, it's a
different kind of ball.
It's a different level of wrestler.
Yeah.
Ospreay, again, say what you will, but I just think he's had the fucking killer year of all years.
Absolutely, great year in wrestling.
He has just been on a run.
Yes, and again, his future is bright from what we learned in the Wendy's. But yeah, so there's stuff I liked. I think, but also it went too long. And Ospreay murders Speedball with the hidden blade. There was like a double turn, the dumb double turn kick that is that what he calls it? Yeah. I fucking hate that thing. There's only one person,
Mr. 540 himself.
There's only one person I will allow to do a double turn before a move.
That is goddamn Zandig.
It's before Zandig does the Japanese fuck saw.
Fucking hell, man.
But I hate that move. So he gets like a half turn in, and Ospreay murders him. I'm like, yes, should have been the finish.
Yep,
it was a great shot.
Finish.
It was an out of nowhere thing because Ospreay was fighting from underneath for that point in the match.
Yeah, it's like a UFC Flash KO.
Right,
that's what
should have been the end of that fucking match. But instead, Bailey goes on to kicking out of the Storm Driver 93 or 94 or whatever the fuck he calls it.
Yeah, and I said yesterday, like they made Bailey look. I get, like, Ospreay's an outsider. He's coming in. Mm-hmm. You do want him to make your guys look good and credible, but, like, he gave Bailey a lot at the end.
He gave a ton. He gave Bailey a ton.
Hidden Blade, Storm Driver.
Right.
Hidden Blade, Stormbreaker.
Right.
Like,
that's too much.
Bailey kicked out.
Right. It's too much.
Pretty much all of it.
And people love Bailey, and people put this as a dream match, and people are like, this is going to be Will Ospreay versus a guy of Will Ospreay's level. And it just definitely wasn't. Yeah. It wasn't. I don't even think that Bailey's at like Ricochet's level when Ricochet and Ospreay were having those matches. Like, I just think Bailey was a little exposed here. Not that he's bad. I'm not saying he's bad in any way.
Yeah.
I think he is a really good independent wrestler, and he was standing across the ring with a guy who has put on weight, who has adapted to more of a heavyweight style, and who is sort of taking over the professional wrestling world.
Yeah.
And Bailey just to me showed he wasn't there.
Yeah, it definitely just was like an outmatched type deal.
And he didn't do anything to look bad. He didn't fuck anything up.
No, he didn't.
It was just like, anything. Like you can look at somebody who draws really good or paints really good, and you're like, oh man, this is really great painting. I can't believe you did this. And then somebody puts it next to like a Rembrandt, and you're like, oh fuck, well yeah.
Yeah, a lot of Speedball's matches, I feel like if you've seen one Speedball match.
Yes.
You've seen all the Speedball matches.
Yeah, that's a good thing too, for sure.
You know the moves. Mm-hmm. And I get it. You have to have a move set, but you need to be able to adapt as well.
Now that I hadn't really thought about that, but now you say that, I'm like, does he even change the order of any of that shit?
No,
he doesn't.
Not
right?
Really.
He just hits his shit. Let's move. Let's go through, and I'll hit my shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the same stuff, and like again, yeah, you have your signature moves and stuff, but. One of the things that with Ospreay, I like, look at that Zack Sabre Jr. match.
Yeah, I love that match. Yeah.
Chain wrestling, like grappling. Like he adapted and showed you a different style. He still got his shit in. Right. But he showed you, like, I could do this too.
Right. And that, and that was the thing we were sort of talking about last night too, is that also like the impression that I get about Bailey, and again, I don't know the guy.
Do you ever have to knock on wood?
Yeah, that is the impression that I get.
Yes.
Like, again, not a bad wrestler. I want to keep saying that because I've seen him in really fun matches. I don't mind seeing him on shows when he's by himself. But he has a lot of baggage normally that I don't think he needs to bring around. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I get the impression that he isn't a guy who's self-aware enough to know that he needs to get better to be on Ospreay's level. I'm afraid that he looks at himself and will watch that match and be like, I'm just as good as this guy. Mm-hmm. And like, he's young. He's got, plenty of time. He can do whatever, learn and grow. Everybody should be. And I hope that he is of that mindset. Again, I don't know him. This is all pure fucking speculation, pal. But I just hope that he can look himself in the mirror after that match and be like, oh, I should be that good.
Yeah.
Here's where I am now. I should be being that good. Because he's not at that level. He's not like, Ospreay has come, like, people started saying that 2-3 years ago that Ospreay's like the next Kenny Omega, and they're saying about Jay White also, and all that sort of stuff. And like, I never fucking believed it. But it looks to me, at least, that Ospreay was like, no, I'm going to be that guy.
Yeah.
And he's getting there, right?
Yeah.
He's as close to the hot streak that Kenny Omega was on before AEW happened than maybe anybody has ever been on. So it at least looks to me from the outside that Ospreay was like, I'm not here yet, but I'm going to get there. And I don't know that Bayley has that. Maybe Bayley doesn't have that ability to, but I hope he has the self-awareness to fucking try.
Yeah. Like I know you said it a couple times, but I know I've said in the past as well. With Bayley, I think he's good. I don't think he's as good as people prop him up to be. But I think he's good.
He's good, right? Yeah. Absolutely.
He's just not fucking Will Ospreay. Yeah. Then again, I mean, really, who is? But he looked very outmatched. And I said too yesterday, Impact is like the perfect place for him. Mm-hmm. Like if somebody said, "Oh, Mike Bailey won the Impact World Title," I go,
right,
I get it.
Right. You put him on an indie show, most in 90% of the indies in the country and the continent, even he's the best guy on the show.
Absolutely.
But when he gets in the ring with somebody who's evolved beyond that, it's tough.
Yeah.
And you said, Impact Champion, and that makes a ton of sense. That's probably going to happen. But, like, Alex Shelley outclasses that dude.
Sure.
Left and right as a pro wrestler, and they're very different pro wrestlers. But yeah, I just...
Also, Speedball, get some new fucking entrance music, because your entrance music has a negative pop for me.
Maybe that'll play.
It's so fucking boring.
Maybe that'll play at the beginning of the show.
No, yeah, why do you want to put people to sleep? No thanks. Yeah. It's so, it's so boring.
I'm building a mystery for something that somebody already heard, because we haven't picked it yet. But it's at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, right?
So I'm building a mystery on the show, but you already know the answer.
What are you, fucking Vince Russo over here?
I am. I'm playing 40 chess, bro. 40 chess, bro.
So, main event.
Yes.
For the Impact World title.
Yes, speaking of Alex Shelley.
Yeah, we have the champ, Mr. Alex Shelley.
Yes.
Going up against the challenger, Josh Alexander.
Yes.
So, I don't keep up from Impact week to week.
Nope.
If somebody says, hey, check this out, I'll watch, but I just, don't. There was a whole story where people were saying that Alex Shelley isn't a real world champ, and that's storyline.
Oh.
And Josh Alexander was saying...
We're about to do the end of James Silent Bob Strike Back on people. Did you say that Alex Shelley
on moviepoopshoot.com?
Yeah. How many people want to kick some ass? I do.
Jesus. And Josh Alexander was saying, no, I don't believe those people, but you never beat me for the title on the line.
And that's the story of this match. Can Alex Shelley beat the guy that he couldn't beat?
Yeah, so Alex Shelley was kind of like healing it up a little bit on TV over, like attacking Josh Alexander and stuff.
All right, I like it.
Just saying, like, stop disrespecting me, basically.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
So a year ago, I don't know if it was the same pay-per-view, but it was in Chicago. Josh Alexander defended his title against Alex Shelley.
Yeah.
1 year later, we got the reverse.
Okay.
Alex Shelley retains.
Right.
I wasn't expecting that.
No?
I thought Josh Alexander, I thought they were going to put it on him.
Yeah.
And I said to you, I think I like the match from last year more.
Yeah, I think it's a better match.
But this match was still very good.
But I really like this match. I like this match more than Ospreay Speedball on this show. The impressive thing to me in this match is that Alex Shelley worked a tricep. Like, that was this whole match. He was just attacking Josh Alexander's repaired tricep. And you see people working arms and legs, and necks and whatever, but like to specifically like throw enziguris to a man's tricep for a whole match.
That's daring.
Is really cool. And it is daring because like that might not land with a modern wrestling audience.
It's like, oh, he botched it.
Right.
He kicked him in the arm instead.
Right. And commentary does a good job of sort of figuring that out. Like, the commentary did a good job here of doing all that kind of stuff. I like this match. Alexander is such a cool looking dude.
Yeah.
Like, he's a guy, like, you know, it'd be interesting to see him somewhere else.
Also another guy that needs new fucking theme music.
Yeah.
His real bad.
So here's the question I wanted to have about Alexander. So Alexander does some cool stuff in this match. Alex Shelley hits the sliced bread and they roll through into the chaos theory, which was super cool looking. Like, I think this match was very good.
Yeah.
When Alexander sort of came on, and he wears the wrestling headgear. Mm-hmm. Was he more of a technical wrestling, like mat wrestling kind of guy? Like wrestling more amateur style, like a Kurt Angle?
Did a lot of the suplexes and the throws. Okay.
So, and you saying they sort of hype this up, as Shelley, like, picking on him on TV, taking him out, try to mess with him. So that makes more sense why he was just much more of a brawler, sort of Punisher in this match. Because I was like, if he's going to wrestle like this, the headgear doesn't make any sense because he's not doing Greco-Roman anything. Yeah. He's just whooping an ass.
Yeah, he's not working shooting the half Nelson brother.
Right. So maybe it was just the story of this match that obviously I don't get because I don't watch weekly. But it was very good. I really enjoyed this match. And it really is the story of like Alex Shelley overcoming and beating the man that he couldn't. I love Shelley as Impact Champion.
Absolutely.
I think you said it. You or Joe said it. I think it was you last night on the ride home that we hope that Alex Shelley keeps the title till at least January.
Yes, because at the end of the show they play this super weird video package.
I only saw the clip on Twitter.
Oh, you didn't see the video package?
I don't think so.
Oh, it had various people like running through the woods, and it kept showing a pond.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was just like they've been trying to silence it, but the noise wouldn't go away. And at one point, they all meet at the pond, and it's like
who's all of them?
Josh Alexander,
okay,
Eddie Edwards, and his wife Alicia Edwards,
okay,
Jordan Grace.
Is she a wrestler?
I think so.
Okay.
Jordan Grace. Sabin.
Okay.
Alex Shelley. Eric Young.
Okay.
And out of the water, very adjacent to Jason Voorhees. First Jason.
Yeah.
Out of the water pops Frankie Kazarian.
What? No, you're lying,
dude.
to me.
I'm not bullshitting.
This is not a real thing.
I am not bullshitting.
Not put this on TV.
Yes,
no, there's no fucking way.
I promise you.
Like
he pops out of the goddamn water.
Oh my god!
Holding like a fucking treasure chest.
What the fuck is going on? He went from elite hunter to treasure hunter?
Yeah, that was the
what an act there. I don't believe this is real.
Dude, I'm telling you.
There's no fucking
way. It's on land and they're all standing around it and they're, I don't know, they're just saying corny phrases or whatever. And then it goes like the opposite side of the treasure chest and you see the TNA Wrestling logo. And it starts popping all old, like, fast highlights. Okay. And, like, you see Sting, Samoa Joe, Gory, Hound Daniels, AJ Styles, just real rapid at you.
Sure.
And then it just says, like, January, we're back. And it's the TNA Wrestling logo.
What was in the treasure chest?
Nothing. They didn't even open it. It just said TNA on. It just says TNA on.
You should have opened it and shown a new world title belt.
Yep.
What the fuck?
Yep, it just says TNA Wrestling on it. It didn't like.
They should have opened it, and ODB's head should have been. Oh,
Jesus Christ! Yeah. So TNA Wrestling is back in January. Hard to Kill is going to be the hard reset.
Oh, okay. That's apropos.
Yeah, that don't mean you're digging around the dirt with farmer implements, baby. So yeah, TNA is back, and they like show back to the live crowd, and they're all chanting TNA.
You're telling me Frankie Kazarian ascends, and he's wet.
Yes,
in the water?
He is wet.
What is going?
Yeah, Frankie Kazarian is wet. he just rises out of the water. It wasn't like opening credit scene of like Evil Dead Rise, like the opening title.
That's my brain.
No, it's just he just rises out of a pond and is wet.
That's bizarre.
So TNA Wrestling, man, they're back.
Yeah. It's making me
cross the line.
It's making me think of Monty Python when King Arthur is talking about how he became king, and he says that the lady of the lake threw him a sword and he became king, and the one like peasant played by the one guy whose name is Terry Jones says a watery tart threw you a sword. You think you're a ruler. So Frankie Kazarian just, you know, here, the sounds of freedom.
Yeah, that's freedom for me.
But
do your business over there.
Stay out of this room. But yeah, so TNA's back. I don't know. I mean, everybody called it TNA anyway.
Yeah, you have no like nostalgia for it, really.
No, I don't.
I have some nostalgia, you know. I instantly like texted Mark because I'm like, hey man, I don't know if you saw this, and he was so pumped.
Yeah.
They're not bringing back the 6-sided ring.
No,
which I feel is a mistake.
Well, Jordan Gray said, you want us to have long careers or a 6-sided ring?
Pretty much the unanimous vote was like, fuck you, 6-sided.
Right.
I want 6-sided ring.
Because people are like, because people who wrestled in the 6-sided ring aren't wrestling anymore.
Yeah.
Samoa Joe.
AJ Styles. Yeah. Sting.
We know what AJ Styles is up to, though, too. So, you know, or is going to be up to. We have Wendy's guy. We also heard that.
Oh, that's true. I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, he ties into the whole what
that's
Ospreay's
right,
doing.
yes.
Behind the scenes, secret AJ Styles Illuminati workings.
Yeah.
What a disaster. But yeah, TNA, that's cool. It's not going to get me to watch TNA any more than we already do. If people say cool stuff, then we'll watch cool stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I mean, unless somehow the Main Event Mafia comes back.
Well,
but that would involve Booker T, and I don't want Booker T involved in anything.
Yeah, at this point in my life, I don't either.
Yeah, no.
Unless it's a Harlem Heat reunion.
I don't even know if I want that.
Oh, you don't want Stevie Ray?
I want Stevie Ray. I want NWO Stevie Ray. I want
Okay.
to wear the black and white stripes and have the slapjack.
That's what I like
That's
to hear.
the best. If we get a Harlem Heat reunion, but it's gonna be Stevie Ray and Big T.
Oh, baby.
That's what Booker T has ruined so much good graces that I'm gonna remove the T from his name again. He's lost it.
Yeah.
He's just Booker. GI Bro. And I hate you, Booker, man.
Oh, Big T.
So
but yeah, that's Impact / TNA starting in January.
Yes.
So TNA Wrestling
and when
cross the
let
line.
in, we're hoping that Alex Shelley, because he is an original, not original, but he's an old school TNA guy.
Yeah,
that he gets to have the TNA
the
belt
first
come January.
revamped TNA World Heavyweight Champ.
Absolutely,
that'd be so cool.
Yeah,
oh, that'd be fucking awesome.
For sure.
So, all right, AEW.
That's what we got left to talk about in this country, pal.
Yeah, so Rampage.
Rampage.
I have a couple things.
Yeah, we'll start off with the opening match of Rocky Romero versus Mystico. Do you have anything you want to say about this match?
Not really.
Okay. AEW is severely overestimating the draw of Rocky Romero.
So, all right, they were in Texas.
Right. They're not overestimating the draw of Mystico.
No, but Rocky does have a big presence in CMLL.
And he has that title, and
So, like...
This title versus title.
I get it.
The match was okay.
Yeah.
But I see Rocky more and more on AEW TV, and I'm like, I understand you got to keep Rocky happy because he's the booker, man.
He's that main liaison between New Japan.
And he is the bridge with which you book Okada for a random Wednesday in Philadelphia. I understand.
Yeah, I get it.
But man, and I don't dislike Rocky. We loved Roppongi Vice. I really liked Roppongi Vice when they were a thing.
They were great.
I just don't need to see Rocky Romero doing matches.
Yeah.
But it is a cool thing, I guess, to put on Rampage, thinking about it.
Yeah, and you know, I know some people are like, they don't watch Rampage, and I get it why you don't, because normally it's just very skippable.
Yes.
But at least it's something different. You're trying something.
They're trying something.
You know?
And they do continue that this week. So, which we won't necessarily talk about, but we will.
Yeah,
kinda.
like, you're trying something.
Yes, absolutely.
So I'm all right with that.
Yes.
Eddie has a promo.
He fucking kills this promo, man. When he yells at Karen Jarrett, I was like, oh my God, Eddie.
Who the fuck do you call Sticky Fingers?
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah, or no, I think it might have been Stoke called it.
Oh, okay.
Called him that.
Yeah.
But yeah, this promo's great.
Right, it's Jay, and then he sort of turns on Double J steps in, and he's like, "I'll give you a match. We're gonna be in Memphis." Like,
yeah, he's like, "What?" He goes, "Just because you were in Memphis,
right?
You think you know more than
Right?
I
He's
do
like,
about
"I grew up
Memphis?"
on that shit." Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
oh man,
Eddie killed that fucking promo.
Yeah, this is where they announced Eddie versus Jeff Jarrett on
Yes.
Collision in a Memphis street.
In the Memphis street fight.
You get the Ortiz and Santana package here,
Right, hyping that up.
which again, if you want me to watch Rampage.
Yeah,
I'll watch these two guys. I like these two
Absolutely.
guys a lot. And the last note that I have
Okay.
in big capital letters is, "You want me to squash it?"
Yeah,
That's it. That's all I have.
Oh, Hager didn't give up his hat for this, Brett.
Yeah. But goddamn it, I love Daddy Magic.
I hate that dance, but I love you.
Yeah.
Consider it squashed. Yeah. So we an hour. It's no longer this time. So
Oh my God.
there was that 3-way to challenge OC at Battle of the Belts.
I didn't watch it.
It's not good.
Yeah.
Silver wins, which is fine. But Brother Zay comes out on the microphone down the thing, and he on the entrance, and he says, "Can I get a ha yeah?" And I'm like, dude, like I'm sorry that all the things that happened to you in AEW. I'm sorry that the Young Bucks were like, yeah, we're gonna elevate young kids.
No, that was it.
By having them beat us and then just never bothering. Like they tried, but like it just. I'm sorry, guys. I hope you make a ton of money off your name forever, but this place ain't fucking
Just
doing
not
it.
for me, man.
And the Hardys are fucking poison.
Yeah.
Poison. And then we get Spooky Sky Blue versus Ruby Soho.
I didn't watch this.
It's not good. It was okay at best. At the end, Sky Blue loses and Statlander goes in to give her the save and she like pushes her away. But Sky Blue is dressed like a Mystery Machine.
Yeah.
So she is the literal all elite Scooby-Doo. Just wanted to bring that up here.
All elite Scooby-Doo.
All elite Scooby-Doo. The immediate death of Mark Calloway.
Collision.
Was that Battle for the Belts that I was just talking about?
No, that was Rampage.
Oh, okay. Collision. Battle for the Belts is after Collision.
Yes.
Yes, Collision.
Yeah,
Collision.
so they bill this as a dream match.
Yeah.
Bryan Danielson versus Andrade.
Yes.
Not something I think I'd be like a dream match.
No, I mean, expect it to be good. They're
like you want to put these two
talented
together, I'll
wrestlers.
say, oh, fuck yeah.
Right.
Like, I'll watch this. And I thought it was very good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a really good match.
Some people said they felt it didn't get to that next level.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which,
I don't know. I don't consider it a dream match or any sort of payoff of a dream match, but it was good. I'll never have a problem with American Dragon just wrestling every week against anybody who wants to work.
Especially like Andrade. I think Andrade's fantastic. Yeah. But at the end, Bryan Danielson wins, raises Andrade's hand.
Yes.
And at the end, the lights go out. Lights pop back on, and Bryan Danielson gets a fucking spin kick right in his face.
He does.
By returning Malachi Black.
Yes. Yeah, so we get the first instance on this collision of House of Black.
Right.
Being back.
Oh my God. Like a fucking pressure washer or something.
So we're setting up Malachi, I guess, against Dragon, which makes sense that they'd want to have that match together, sort of thing.
You're setting up a lot.
Set up a lot on this collision, yes, for sure. But then the Blackpool Combat Club runs out for the save, lights go out again, and then everybody's in, and Malachi's gone. Yes.
You do get the guns.
Excuse me, sir.
What?
How dare you skip over Spooky Sky Blue versus Hollywood Haley J from OVW?
I'm all set over here, bud.
It was a squash.
Yeah.
So there you go. Lots of Sky Blue this week. That seems to be what they're doing. Is that they're just spamming one lady wrestler?
Yeah, when you should just be focusing on more than just one.
So, but whatever.
But I don't book the division, brother.
But in another squash, sadly, the Guns wrestled who I'm going to say they're better counterparts.
The goddamn Outrunners. I'm waiting for the Outrunners to be a part of Bullet Club Gold.
Yes.
They need to be a Bullet
they do.
Club Gold.
I was thinking...
Can we get the Outrunners at LVAC?
Yes.
That would be awesome.
That would be incredible.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this at last night when we were sitting in the stands. I was like, AEW doesn't really have stables that like gain new members as they stick around. You know, like Wheeler Yuta joins the Blackpool Combat Club,
There hasn't been any,
but like Jericho's stable, like nobody ever gets added on. Everybody sort of stays with the same. Either they break up or they stay with their sort of same group of people.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, that's interesting. You would think the Blackpool Combat Club would have tried to recruit somebody already.
Yeah,
you know, or you know, trying to grow your ranks. Like I'm like, oh, Blackpool Combat or Bullet Club Gold could be recruiting somebody new at any point.
yeah.
You know, because they're two heavyweights in a tag team, they can get a smaller guy and whatever.
Sure.
But the Outrunners, that's an excellent addition. I'm just saying.
Listen, you want the Guns and the Outrunners and Juice Robinson all on TV together at the same time?
Absolutely.
My head would explode.
Yes.
But yeah, good for the Guns.
And then the devil appears in the mirror.
Yeah.
So
So
is it Max? Is it not?
Who knows? Jeff Jarrett versus Eddie Kingston.
Yes.
Memphis Brawl.
With Dave Brown on commentary.
Yeah, which was very nice.
Yeah, he's almost 80 years old. He did an all right job.
If you, if the thing was, if Jeff Jarrett wins,
Yes.
Jay Lethal gets a shot
Right.
at the Ring of Honor title
Yes.
against Eddie, which I'm assuming was going to happen at Final Battle.
You think you're going to wait that long? Another 2 months?
I mean, what else is Ring of Honor doing?
Well,
You're right.
it's true.
Unless you want to do Jeff Jarrett versus Eddie Kingston for the Ring of Honor title at Final Battle.
Yes, that's what I would do.
So Jeff Jarrett, spoiler, does win.
Yes.
Hey man, that pop Jeff Jarrett guy was pretty fucking loud. I'm not gonna lie.
It was, and this match is a lot of fun. They have like the concession stand set up.
Yeah, it's fun.
But like I liked when Satnam snaps the Singapore cane.
That was
and
cool.
then Eddie kicks him in the dick.
That cutter off the stage.
Well, I was like, Eddie, what are you doing?
Through Eddie, that was nuts.
Like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, you don't need to do that.
You're both old men. You don't need to be doing that shit.
Yeah, that was wild.
Right.
At one point back in the ring, Eddie loses his boots.
Yeah. Eddie takes a choke-slam from Satnam and gets up real high on that, too.
Yeah, Eddie is wearing an Eli Manning jersey.
Yes. Excuse me. And then, Jarrett wins, but God, Eddie's going to beat the shit out of Jay Lethal when he gets his hands on him.
Because this just turns into a big everybody jumping Eddie Kingston.
And there's nobody to save Eddie. Eddie doesn't have friends.
It made me a little sad.
Yeah.
I want somebody to help save Eddie.
Eddie don't have friends.
No.
It's kind of his own fault.
Yeah, but like...
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. You could have had like Ortiz and Santana
Could have.
run out.
Didn't.
You know?
Right. Could have Penta. Didn't.
That hurts my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be Eddie versus Jay at some point. A little later in the show, but we'll talk about it now.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie cuts... Shocking. I know Eddie Kingston cuts an amazing promo.
And that lady's almost breaking right behind him.
Yeah, the doctor.
Yeah. They're to stitch him up.
Yeah, just talking about Jay Lethal and how much of a bitch he is. And you call another man your uncle. And when he starts calling him Jamar, saying, I know you, Jamar.
Right.
And brings up his mother and his father, and I'm going to have to beat you in front of them, and they're going to know that you deserve it.
Yep.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's so good.
It was a really good fucking promo.
Oh, my God.
Eddie's a good promo. That's why he's on the side of the truck now.
Crazy that Eddie Kingston is good.
Yeah, right?
What a crazy thought.
Yeah.
God damn it, he's amazing.
Yes.
I have written down here, I don't know why.
Okay. The Acclaim?
Oh, no. Okay, never mind.
Oh.
I was like, why? Who is this person?
Oh.
The little like Angelo Parker Ruby Soho interaction backstage.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
I don't know what the fuck that's
Yeah,
gonna
that
like
was weird.
build to.
Yeah.
Somebody said that they're like actually together.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know if they are. I mean, I don't
know.
I didn't do a journalism.
Yeah, I don't know.
But that's,
Okay.
So
Interesting.
they're like, oh, family problems? Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. And they just kind of like gave each other the eyes.
Interesting. There's an Acclaim promo where they're still trying to teach Max Caster how to hit on women, and he goes to hit on Lexi Nair, and he says, talking about belts, how about you use a belt on me? And they're like, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
I love that they're trying to help him.
It's funny. Andretti Miro is exactly what you would think it would be, except they give Action Andretti a whole bunch.
Yeah.
And then commentary tries to get over that, like, maybe CJ Perry's setting people up for
She
Miro.
definitely is.
Yeah.
Because every time that Miro's beating the shit out of him, she's smiling.
Oh, yeah.
And then every time like Andretti would get on the offense a
go.
little bit, she was getting like nervous.
So she gets off on,
She
her husband
gets off
beating
on
people up.
she gets off on her husband being a dom.
Cool. Let's see. We get FTR's out to wrestle 2 men. Bad Thad Brown.
Dude, he had some of the worst facial hair I've
and
ever
Darian Bengston.
I guess.
The lights go out. House of Black is in the ring. And Brody King using the cast, baby, the way you're supposed to. That hand's still broken from when he punched the wall in anger over Phil's departure.
And what does the cast say on it?
What does it say on it?
Death.
Oh, yeah, right. It does say death. And they refer to it as the King's Hand. So that's cool. I like using a cast in wrestling.
Always. It's like, I'm such a sucker for that gimmick. Yeah.
But, yeah, so that's cool. And then we get the main event, right? Unless you have anything else.
No, because it's just...
Starks and Bill versus BCC.
So, I didn't watch this.
Yeah.
I watched the end brawl, though.
Okay.
I didn't watch the actual match itself.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
I did, yeah.
How was it?
It's okay.
That's why I didn't watch it.
I didn't love it.
Yeah.
But the House of Black interferes in this also.
Yeah.
Because they're taking over.
They're back. That's
and
good.
then this is where Mox comes back. Mox comes down
Dude,
at the end.
I love the big brawl, and then when Wild Thing hits, that place
Yeah.
goes nuts
Absolutely.
for Moxley.
Yep, for sure.
And then they just all beat up on Ricky Starks at the end.
Yeah, they just kind of leave him in there and whatever.
Because Big Bill's he doesn't want to make the save.
Yeah, right.
Which if I'm Ricky Starks,
right.
You remember that,
Right, absolutely.
And
you have to.
You got to slap Big Bill
for sure.
So I didn't watch Battle of the Belts. You did.
We'll run.
I only watched Battle of the Belts. I watched the intro where OC was coming down for his match.
Yeah.
And he shoulder checks Moxley.
Yes.
And Moxley fucking pie faces him.
Yes.
And I'm like, and Moxley has to be held back, and I'm going, oh boy.
Right.
Moxley's gonna kill him.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
So that happens, and we get OC versus Raw Dog, which is from that 3-way. Nigel on commentary. This is the only note I have for this match. It's fine. It's good. These guys wrestled each other before. I like both of them.
Sure.
It's a Battle of the Belts. These matches don't fucking matter. Battles of the Belts.
Yeah.
AEW Battle of the Belts are maybe their most useless television.
As you said, the finish is never in doubt.
No,
And until they start having actual title changes,
Right.
I don't give a shit.
Well, they know that nobody watches. They don't play it like it's a big deal.
No.
So I didn't even know this was happening until the day before. But Nigel on commentary talks about John Silver's great grandfather, Long John Silver.
Jesus
And then
Christ.
mentions John Silver's uncle. He wouldn't say his name, but he was in the adult film industry.
Okay.
Which would be Long Dong Silver.
They knew this was 10 o'clock at night on TNT.
He doesn't say Long Dong Silver. It's just I know that Long Dong Silver is an actual guy.
Absolutely.
So there you go. We get an Andrade interview where he's interrupted by CJ Perry. She wants to manage Andrade.
Okay.
So that's already ramping Miro up to
You
some
want to give me Andrade Miro?
Right. Pretty big competition there. Smojo calls out Max. We get kind of spooky Willow Nightingale versus Statlander.
Okay.
Willow in commentary brings it up. Willow has a little bit of the one eye's blacked out, and she's not as peppy. She just claps. She doesn't do the kick or any of that sort of stuff.
Okay.
Good match because they're good. But again, there's no question on these title matches, and I don't mind that normally. But Battle of the Belts, they stink.
Yeah.
They stink forever.
They need to do a Battle of the Belts as like how Clash of the Champions used to be its own separate show,
Right.
A special on on a Thursday night,
Right.
Right,
and every belt on the line then,
Yeah.
and actually make people invested in the shit.
Yep, yeah.
So it's a good match, but it doesn't matter. Willow shakes hands with Ugosa shakes hand with Stat afterwards, and All Elite Scooby Doo Sky Blue comes out and stops her. We're spooky now. You're not supposed to be doing this stuff. And then Willow kind of brushes her off, congratulates Statlander, and walks away. And sort of is I guess I'm not spooky anymore. Sky looks pissed at Willow, so maybe they're going to do a little Sky Blue Willow competition. Who knows? I don't know. This is then where they announce that Orange Cassidy is bringing in Okada.
Fucking
For
insane.
Philadelphia, which is an insane thing for someone to do.
My God.
Crazy. Lots of exclamation points.
Against Bryan Danielson and Claudio.
Right.
What the fuck?
Yes.
When this match graphic got put up, this got put around all the channels and texts. And
Yes.
Hey, this is a thing that's happening.
Right. Absolutely insane. And then we get the main event, Acclaimed versus what I'm just calling former Jericho Appreciation. They don't have a name, Jericho Appreciation Society.
Okay.
2.0 and Garcia.
Right?
Daddy Magic keeps getting in the ring and stopping Garcia from dancing.
Oh, okay.
And then at one point, Anna Jay gets in the ring and stops Garcia from dancing because she knows it's going to upset Daddy Magic. It's fine. Again, there's no threat to these belts whatsoever.
Yeah.
They're just trying to figure something out with Garcia. And so, Garcia needs, this is a bad place for Garcia because at one time he was touted, he was wrestling Bryan Danielson and being touted as one of the, he was the 1 and 2 between him and Yuta about going into the Blackpool Comic Club behind the scenes, and Jericho wanted Garcia. And I think it's been, at least in the last couple of months, really bad for Garcia. He's been passed over for every opportunity because Jericho likes Sammy better, but nothing Sammy has done has fucking worked. And then Garcia got this dancing thing over by himself. And they're trying to use that to get him away from all these other guys. And I love 2.0, but they're not positioned in a good spot. I think Anna Jay can get over. She's not good, but she can get over. Hager stinks. So people got to be away from him.
Yeah, no thanks.
But they got to figure out what to do with these guys away from just now. Because now all they are for the past 2 months is Jericho's former cronies who don't know what to do without Jericho. And it's people are we waiting for Jericho to welcome them back? Or are they going to split off and try and do something new? Are you going to make any of them actual contenders for anything? Because you can get Garcia in the picture and have really good fucking matches again. But instead they're doing this gimmick where he's dancing all the time and they're mad at him for it. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's got to be a clean break for all these guys, and they got to figure something else out. Anna Jay doesn't need to be repackaged because she's never really changed anything about her anyway. So she's fine. Her gear looks the same. Her personality was the same. They tried the fat ass and a bad attitude thing, and she only has one of those. I hear she's a nice lady. But yeah, at 2.0 are great, but they're not legitimate threats. It's the same thing with Dark Order, sadly. I understand they're trying to make the Dark Order evil again. But these guys are never going to go anywhere.
It's just that's a Rampage level stable.
They're dead ends for both of them right now, and that stinks because there's a lot of talent all over the place in those sides. So, and they keep trying to use them, but I think you have to repackage them and use them, not just keep trying to force the same Jericho-less Appreciation Society. Just shuffle them out there every time. It's just not going to do it. You got to figure something else out for these guys.
I tend to agree, sir.
But Battle of the Belts remains
useless.
Just utterly useless.
A waste of an hour.
Utterly useless. But wasn't useless, my friend.
Dynamite.
Is that we were live in Philadelphia last night with the godfather of the soon-to-be-named network, Joe Sposto.
The Wendy's guy.
The Wendy's guy. He's not the Wendy's guy that told us about Will Ospreay.
No, but he was when we got in the arena and we got our seats, the people ahead of us said, "Oh, look, it's the Wendy's guy."
It's the Wendy's guy. Let's just talk about Joe Sposto for a bit here because, and then we talked about this the last time, and I'm not intending to make him blush. But the talk of the AEW town.
You're not sucking his dick?
Not.
All right.
Unless he asks. But anyway, that's not true. He doesn't have to ask.
Jesus Christ.
So, yes, he does. He's got to clear it with wife. Anyway.
Now that we're in some weird territory.
So, Joe wearing his LA Knight shirt.
Listen. He was number one. He was the first LA Knight Quilt person.
He's absolutely number one.
Yeah.
He is the president of that eventual fan club.
Yep.
He is the guy that was like, I think this is on to something. He had the vision.
Yeah. LA Knight owes him a cut of the fucking money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what we heard all night walking with Joe.
Yeah.
In the Wendy's, there was kids, adults, everywhere in between. Just walking by Joe going, everywhere. Got yes. Everywhere. It was a cacophony. Here's that word again. It was a
cacophony, if you will.
It was a riot of yes everywhere we went because of Mr. Sposto.
Yep.
Just the most popular guy in the whole arena. Thanks for everything, Joe.
Yes,
we appreciate
always.
it. I'll say it publicly here. I love you, buddy. And this was an awesome fucking night.
Thank you, Joe. You're the fucking man.
Rolling out to Philly, watching some live wrestling. The three of us is one of my favorite things in the world.
Dude, yeah. What a car.
What
a car.
Right. You and I have been rolling for a long time.
Yeah.
Me and Joe been rolling for longer. I can't get enough of it. It's always a fun trip.
Yep, for sure.
It was a good fucking Dynamite, which we'll run into because it's definitely a different experience live.
Oh, of course.
But when you got here, I was watching it a little bit back on TV because some of the stuff like this, the sound where we were seating, the sound echoed a little bit. So my ears are dog shit.
Yeah, I had a hard time with a lot of the stuff.
Yes,
live in the arena last night.
But I cut enough of it. But it was a really fun time. I like the Liquor Center a lot.
Great venue.
I think there's
not a bad seat in the house.
Not a bad seat in the house. It's AEW sets it up really well, even when they did push the ring down a little bit, which is a little weird visually on television.
It is, yeah.
But a good setup, packed house. For the most part. Obviously, the upper levels aren't going to sell as much. It was pretty packed though.
There was more tickets sold than the last time they were in Philly.
Good. Tony Khan comes out, talks about how much he loves Philly. Because he said, when I was a kid, the only thing I ever wanted to do with my life is come watch wrestling in Philadelphia. And that's the thing. Philly's a great sports town.
Yeah.
It is one of the best wrestling towns ever.
Yeah, great sports town, huh?
So, the fans like it.
Yeah. Great sports town.
They like to be disappointed.
The ultimate blue ball town for sports.
That's true. Well, I mean, I guess so. The Eagles won.
The Eagles won this fucking Super Bowl.
Right, you just lost last year. So, you got one, though. I didn't mean that as a rib. Calm down. It's just, If there
was one team we were all right with, losing too.
Yeah.
It was the Chiefs.
All right.
Anybody else would have caught me off the Carrie Ave bridge. I wouldn't be talking right now.
So... let's talk about Dynamite.
Yeah,
I don't have any notes. I don't have the card in order
either. MJF and Juice Robinson were kicking it off.
Yes.
It started off the way I wanted it to.
Yeah, went a little long.
Yeah,
this whole segment, when I watched it back on TV, fast forwarding, was like a half hour of television.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
but. Juice got way too much.
They gave Juice too much.
I wanted MJF to just
Juice should have had
the shit.
Juice should have had one comeback, and that would have been it.
Yeah,
because it started off that way, and Juice gets color.
It sure does. He knows the goddamn business.
But I would have preferred, and I understand they dropped the quarters thing, rightfully so. We talked about that last week.
Sure.
But and I like that they do the double rings where Max puts his ring on and Max retains. But he should have just beat the shit out of Juice for that catharsis of it.
Yep.
And he does it. And he wins, and it's fine. If that's the story you're telling, that's the story. I think you could have, this chapter of the story could have been punctuated by just a fucking beatdown. And I don't think in this situation that necessarily makes Juice look any worse because he deserves a fucking beatdown.
Yep. Real bad.
Yeah. So, but I did still like it. The crowd was hot for it. Max cut that. He got a great promo last week. We didn't really talk about.
He did.
So that happened. Did he get on the mic afterwards?
Yeah. So he beats Juice.
Right.
Defends the diamond ring for the fifth year in a row.
Yeah.
And then Bullet Club Gold hits the ring and they're beating him down.
Right.
And the Acclaimed run out and make the save.
Right.
And I didn't really hear the promo the Switchblade was cutting afterwards. Mm-hmm. Are they does he have to defend the Ring of Honor tag titles at Full Gear and the AEW title?
So that's what it sounded like?
Yeah, because he says you have no friends or partners or whatever.
And I should watch it back on TV, but he said you get two people to be your friends. Or three people to be your friends, and you'll face us.
Yeah. And then also that's where Roddy and Taven and Bennett run down to help Max too, and they end up getting beat up by Bullet Club. Then the Acclaimed.
Yeah, and Jay pushes Roddy in the wheelchair.
Oh, it was so fucking funny.
Yeah. And Roddy's going, Max!
Yeah.
He's like, stop saying my name.
And he's growing a mustache.
Yes,
now.
he has a mustache. It's insane. And so then Max later in the show is like, obviously the Acclaimed come up to him and they're like, hey, you're going to pick us, right? And he's like, why would I pick you? I hate you.
Yeah, and he like says that Max
I've never
Caster,
liked you.
Yeah, I've never liked you. I've known you since
Yeah.
I was 18. I've never liked
Right.
you. And Max Caster responds with, so you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah, he's like, if I was on fire or something,
Yeah.
I would. He goes, you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah.
And then the same thing with like Roddy and Taven. Like, he's not picking those guys. He's going to look for 3 other guys.
Yeah.
So which to me, what I'm doing, and they can't because Wardlow's been cutting promos against MJF, but I put the Pinnacle back together as baby faces.
You would think. And then they did show the devil again
Yes.
during this.
Right before.
Was it right before the match?
Yeah, it was like right before Max cut a promo.
Yeah,
and
then they
Devil
cut to
showed
the
up.
devil. Yeah.
So I don't know.
Who knows?
Who knows?
I
think the time to reveal it as a shock is gone.
yeah, you better do it. Like,
I think it's
now.
either
they're gonna do it at Full Gear.
right. I think it's either gonna like then if they do it at Full Gear, you got to heat it back up by having them actively fuck with people, not just showing up on TV.
Yeah.
Because if it's not Max, I think you've lost that oh shit window, and then you might at some point just have to go. Well, it just has to be Max now.
Yeah.
We're just gonna say it was just a Max thing this whole time, and it's what it is.
And then later in the show, this is where Samoa Joe comes up to MJF.
Right, and challenges also a lot of irons in the fire. For,
Yeah,
for
and he
Max.
says too, he's like, "I'll be your friend."
Right,
And Max instantly jumps at it. And
Yeah.
he goes, but on one condition, I am going to beat you for that belt.
right,
And like you mentioned, Wardlow cuts that promo,
Mm-hmm.
and it's so crazy because I'm like, okay, if you want to turn Wardlow heel, what's better than a justified heel? Nothing.
Right.
He has a legitimate gripe where he talks about he put me through a living hell, and I go away, and all of a sudden everybody believes everything that he's doing, and he's all of a sudden he's your scumbag, and he's like, well, I have to sit here and watch and pinpoint how he's just fooling everybody, and he's a real actual piece of shit,
Right.
And he just says, MJF, I'm coming for that belt,
right.
and this is also where MJF at the top of the ramp gets cut off by Kenny Omega,
Right.
And
Crazy.
Omega says to him, you're not going to be my record of holding this belt. So how about, if you really think you're better than me, how about Collision Saturday for the belt? And Max agrees to it, and Kenny pulls him in, and he just says, 3 more days, bitch.
Right.
And so Collision, you get MJF versus Kenny Omega.
Right. For a belt that MJF doesn't physically hold.
Yeah, for the AEW World title.
Yes.
Which it's nice on paper.
Yeah.
I think the match is going to be outstanding.
Yes.
I don't think there's any doubt in the match. MJF will win because they already have promoting MJF Switchblade for Full Gear. So why are you going to do a last minute switch there?
Right.
I don't know. That's just me.
I think they're just trying to pop a rating for if
Unless Switchblade runs out and you get a DQ and then make it a 3-way at the pay-per-view.
Interesting.
Because Omega's not really doing anything outside of, I know there's the Callis family stuff, but that seems to be kind of going in a different direction right now.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Because if you remember, they said they're going to go after Kota Ibushi, and then it's been weeks since that's been mentioned.
Yeah. Weird.
So...
Who knows? I read online they're trying to pop a rating because they're going to be entering negotiations soon.
Who knows?
But you pop a rating by announcing stuff.
Yeah,
because
that's a match I want to see.
Because there's also, and I know they needed to keep this a surprise for obvious reasons, but we get Sting's gift.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know if we're out of order, but that's fine.
Whatever, dude. You're out of order.
You're out of order. Fire me? I'm already fired.
Abuse of power.
Sting comes out. Shivani comes out. He has Sting in the ring. Darby's out with him in his sling. And Tony Schiavone talks, and he says Tony Khan has gifted you got this gift for Sting. And online they were hyping it's never been done before. Blah blah blah. Game changing. They just do that for everything. Whatever. I think they wanted people to watch, and it is crazy.
Yeah.
Because nobody in the arena believed it.
No.
When Ric Flair's music hit,
crazy.
Nobody was sure what the fuck was going on.
That whole arena stood up.
Right. And here's the thing, Ric Flair's a piece of shit.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
with a clear head sitting in my house, I can very easily be like, like, I understand the link to Sting, and there's not many people left, sadly.
How about DJ about 24 hours ago
Right.
sitting in the chorus center, though?
Right. So I get, like, a lot of very valid criticisms being like, maybe you don't take shots at Vince McMahon and bring in Ric Flair.
I've seen that a
and
lot.
whatever.
Online
And they are all incredibly valid.
Sure.
But as a 39-year-old man who never seen Ric Flair live before.
Oh, that was your first time seeing Flair?
Where would I ever see Flair? I don't think he was ever at anything we went to.
Well, yeah, because you never went to like any Raws
No.
back in the day.
Nope.
You didn't go to that Nitro.
Nope.
Okay. I've seen Flair a couple times.
Like, I got goosebumps last night when
Yeah.
Flair came out. Because I was like, holy shit. Like,
seeing Flair and Sting in a ring together.
Right.
Yeah.
Ric Flair is here. He's in the ring with Sting. Like, those two, whatever you say about Ric Flair, don't bother. Whatever. I understand he sucks. I get all that. I know he's a piece of crap. I don't love him as a person. I got excited for Ric Flair, the character. I fucking hate Hulk Hogan. But if I was at a show and fucking Real American came on, I will be...
Little Hulkster DJ's going to be
6
going
to
nuts.
midnight instantly. Because it is different. You know, on a logical thinking level, I understand. But on the emotional wrestling fan that can very quickly tap into his youth, seeing Ric Flair come out, God, I was so fucking happy.
Yeah.
Nothing else. Like, you could have...
We all stood up.
Right. A small breeze could have knocked me over. I was so happy.
Yeah, me too.
And the fact that Ric Flair and Sting are the two opposing pieces to my favorite wrestling feud of all time. Like, you know, Terry's gone, and they talk about all that stuff, and they talk about 88 and the first Starrcade.
Yeah.
And, like, that is my era of professional wrestling, like American wrestling. Ric Flair has been in all of it.
Yeah.
All of it.
You know, I was even thinking, like, holy shit, that's the last Nitro match.
Right.
You know?
Right. So, you know, and I think Rick looks better than he did in his last match because obviously he's not working.
Sure, of course.
But he's dressed to the nines. He cuts a promo, Ric Flair promo that's about himself mostly to talk about Sting. That's fine.
Yeah, no problem.
I don't
with
care.
That.
I was so happy Ric Flair was there. Ric Flair's in AEW is an insane thing to say.
Yeah.
And he's not wrestling. He hints that he's going to be. He said, like, if Sting's okay with it, I'm going to ride with you to the end. So I'm going to assume that we're going to have Flair in his corner, I guess.
That's wild.
I mean, that's what it seems.
Wild.
We know he's been pissed at WWF for how long. And him and Tony Khan are drinking buddies. Tony Khan's got a lot of money. And with Ric Flair, above all else, what does Ric Flair love?
Money.
Showing his dick to women that didn't ask for it.
Boy.
But also money.
Yeah. Allegedly.
So...
Allegedly.
but also money. So, yeah, I just, there's nobody else, like, Barry Windham. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It'd be cool.
Weird, but
It'd be
cool.
weird.
Yeah.
The Stalker.
Jesus.
But Stinger, gets the hug. Flair chops.
Yeah, when Sting was begging for the chop.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so great.
Flair bounces off the rope, does like his Flair strut, bounces off the rope, and I watched this back on TV, and Taz, who is not very seemingly happy that Flair is there. He sounds a little like he immediately just starts needling Flair.
Wow.
But he said Flair bounces off the ropes and he goes, "Oh God, keep your clothes on, Rick," which is hilarious.
Oh, I love you, Taz. Can we talk about Triple Pop Jones last night too?
Oh
real
yeah,
quick?
fucking Taz.
Taz getting announced 3 separate times.
3 times.
War Machine playing.
Yep, before the show.
So cool.
But so Flair's out. They're doing that thing, and then Christian comes out.
Fuck, man.
And Christian cuts crazy. Christian cuts such a promo that like Ric Flair might write the NWA and complain that the promos are too tough.
Yeah,
and he's afraid that people are going to take it seriously. Like
flashbacks of '89. Yeah, exactly.
Christian does everything but bring up his dead son.
Yeah,
he says that if there was a God, you'd be dead 20 years ago. He said that he doesn't understand that Tony Khan is a billionaire, and this is the gift he gives Sting.
Yeah,
and he says, "What do you give him? You gave him a guy with a black liver." Like, craziness.
He's the best heel in pro wrestling.
He's the best
right
heel,
now.
absolutely.
There's no doubt
Absolutely.
in my mind.
100%.
The whole crowd is chanting "Fuck you, Christian."
Right. And on commentary, Excalibur goes, "It is Philadelphia."
Incredible, man.
And so Christian says to Sting and Darby, like, get a third guy, and it's going to be us three
At Full Gear, right?
at Full Gear. Yeah,
and that's where
he also mentions Ric Flair's pacemaker cutting off. Insane.
That's where Sting sneezes and said, I'm allergic to jackasses.
Jackasses.
Oh, Stinger.
Insane.
And then I know there was that little bit backstage where Sting got in Edge's face.
Yep.
Being like, will you wake up already and realize what Christian is?
A lot of people speculating Edge is going to turn heel and be with Christian for right now.
That's the talk of the town.
Yeah.
We'll see, though.
I don't think that's a good idea.
I don't either.
When Edge and Christian finally get back together, it's got to be 5-second pose. Like,
do you think they will
get back together as a tag team?
Yeah.
They're when they're both done, that's how they'll ride off into the sunset.
Okay.
Is together that way. The problem is that Edge has a very limited window of staying over and staying on top of this company.
Or Christian.
And Christian, if he keeps doing what he's doing, has conservatively another good, 25 years.
Yeah.
So
he's incredible.
Yeah.
We didn't mention this, but seeing Rob Van Dam in Philly
fuck yeah,
was fucking sick.
Right.
And him coming out to walk, it was so cool.
Yeah, it was just awesome.
Him tagging with the hooker man.
Yep.
At the end, him doing fucking Taz's pose again.
Yep.
It was so fucking,
funny. Great. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was real cool seeing that.
Yep, for sure.
I do know at one point in the evening I had the best Diet Coke I've ever had in my life.
Yep.
Because I didn't have to watch a match.
Yep.
And then we didn't see this because we were gallivanting in the concourse at this time.
I wanted a soft pretzel real bad.
But the fucking Hangman or Swerve,
Yes.
like breaking into Hangman's house.
He breaks into Hangman's house and cuts a promo over Hangman's sleeping child.
What
over the crib
fuck,
at least,
man.
So so it's insane. But so we know Hangman's not home.
Yeah, because Hangman was at the arena having a match.
Right. Hangman, the wife ain't home.
Yeah,
no babysitter.
Was the wife sleeping in a different
Swerve
room?
and Nana there's no baby monitor. Swerve and Nana just come into your house.
I guess.
But all right, at least they didn't leave the baby in the state they left Nick Wayne in. Like Hangman comes back to the crib, like they show it next week, and it's just covered in blood. Like it looks like Candyman with the bathroom. It was like, "Where's my baby?" And the dog's decapitated.
That got real dark
in the living room.
Yeah, though.
Virginia Madsen and Tony Khan are gonna be in Scranton, by the way, at the NEPA Horror Fest.
Cool. Can I go to Tony Todd and be like, "Hey, thanks for scarring me for life"?
Absolutely.
Dude. Swerve,
yeah,
like he might be the actual devil.
Yeah,
fuck this whole real devil thing.
Is he the devil?
Like he might be pure evil. This man, he comes to your home,
right?
Cuts a very evil promo over your sleeping baby.
Coming up with crazy ideas for this.
Comes
shit.
to other people's homes, and like beats all of the blood out of their body.
Yep. Right.
What a terrifying human being.
They're insane bits. He rips up a child's drawing.
Yeah.
He goes to the fridge and there's a child's finger painting.
Yeah.
And he goes, I knew these people had no taste. And then he rips the fucking kid's drawing up. It's insane.
Also a big fan of Nana grabbing, saying, ooh, chocolate covered berries.
Yeah.
And eating some chocolate covered berries.
I do wish that we saw Nana in Philly because I wanted to do the Nana dance with Joe.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we didn't get that. But next time.
It was yeah, Swerve is a fucking terrifying human being.
Absolutely.
There was, let's see, after this there was Sheeta and Ruby, I guess it was for the women's title. Yeah, dude, I'm just gonna.
We don't need to talk about that.
No, we do.
Okay.
I was fooled.
Yeah.
Ruby is just not that good.
I used to ask, man, because I was confused too.
Yeah,
but
you were on that train a long time ago.
But like, I was always willing to give her a chance because I was like, well, but no, she would have good matches, and like, it's also kind of hard to have not a great match with Shida, but it happens. But I was like, yeah, she's done enough to prove to me that this is what she is. The baseline. This is the base. Doesn't mean she can't elevate. On occasion, but these baseline matches, they're not good.
Yeah, it's just not good.
She came out without Saraya, who I guess is real busy in the back politicking for her brother to get signed. Did you see that?
Who knows? I don't fucking know.
I saw that in an article today that her Zach Zodiac, her brother, was so the story, the Saraya story.
There's only one fucking Zodiac in pro wrestling, right?
But he, I guess they went to their WWE tryout together. Back in the day. I guess it's part of the movie,
part
too.
Of that stupid movie?
And then he was the one that was supposed to be the talent and the star.
Yeah.
And, be this great in-ring guy.
Oh, then she's
and
the one
he
that
got
got
passed
signed.
over, but she got signed because, obviously, she's an attractive young lady.
Yeah.
And so she's apparently politicking real hard to Tony Khan to get him a tryout because she wants him in this fucking company.
Cool.
And if she gets that... then she's gonna get her dumbass fucking boyfriend on a pay-per-view playing music.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
So
I just don't see that happening at all.
but yeah, this match not great.
Nope, not good.
Which stinks for Shida because like Shida gets his belt and it's great, but they don't have any actual competition for her.
Yeah.
So
yeah, the women's division. Just
they do come Rampage, but we're not going to spoil.
No,
here.
we won't. But it's a mess.
But watch
division.
Rampage.
Yeah.
We'll talk. There's more to talk about on the show before we get there. I don't want to jump.
Sure, of course.
Because we get a main event, right? Is there anything else on this Dynamite worth talking about?
So there was like that Jericho sit down with Renee.
Yeah.
Where he's kind of like questioning.
Yeah.
If he can still have it,
Right.
or he goes, I got some friends that are bigger than
right.
Hobbs, which apparently Jericho got trademarked by Jericho. So there's the talks that it might be no more BS Paul White. Because that's what the world is clamoring for.
Well, we just talked about
a Big Show Jericho.
Well, and then
reunion.
he just said that he's got a cut. Fuck, man. For real?
That's the rumor and innuendo.
And who's it going to be going against?
Hobbs.
Oh my God! Why would it? Oh.
Who else is a bigger friend?
Takeshita and Hobbs versus Jericho and Paul White.
That's the rumor.
Dear Jesus.
I will be up getting food during that in your kitchen.
In my own house.
For Full Gear.
What a disaster.
Yeah, that's the talk.
Oh, man.
Yeah, because the talk is that Omega kind of wants to move past the whole teaming with Jericho thing. He's like, okay, it was cute for a couple weeks. Now I don't want to do it anymore.
Right. I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
And fuck you if Hobbs or Takeshita doesn't win that match. Mm-hmm. Hobbs has to pin Big Show. That's the finish of that match.
Yep. Him pick up Big Show and slam him.
Exactly. He slams Big Show first time ever, pulls all the muscles in the back. Big Show dies 3 days later. Fuck.
Yeah, that's who else in AEW is,
you're right.
That he has history with.
You're right.
It's not just going to be Jake Hager.
You're right.
What a wet fart that would be. But this one's also going to be a wet fart.
It's a bigger wet fart.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, you were about to talk about
the main event. A ridiculous match. The Blackpool Combat Club of Dragon and Claudio versus OC and Kazuchika Okada.
Dude.
Chaos versus the Blackpool Combat Club. A match that I will say arguably makes Claudio the worst worker in it.
Yeah.
Which is insane. And it's great.
Yeah, during this I pointed out, if you know, this is 5 Chikara alumni.
Right.
Which is just fucking nuts. Yep. It's so crazy.
Yes, it's nuts.
Baba Chop.
Yep.
Okada, and I forgot to ask Joe this, because, like he says, he's not a New Japan guy. It's just not his thing.
Right.
But he understands the importance of Okada.
Yes.
And I forgot to ask him, Joe, answer me in the email, please. I want to know, us seeing Okada, it holds such a heavy weight for me.
Right.
Because I fucking love that guy, and I stood up and screamed when he came out.
Yeah.
But I wanted to see, like, okay, Joe, what did you see in Okada in person? Like, what are your thoughts about it? You know, the presentation, him in the ring. You know, what would you say?
Right.
Yeah, though, man, this was fucking really cool.
Right.
Danielson has been working like babyface a lot, and he was working heel here.
Yeah. Blackpool Comic Club switches back and forth,
which is fine.
Yep.
You know, OC and Claudio's working this match together was like some of the best stuff I've seen from them. The big swing counter into the Stun Dog Millionaire.
And then the other way, too, when Claudio gets him in the big swing.
Yeah.
That's a successful one. Awesome stuff.
Nutty stuff, you know?
It's the first time Brian Danielson and OC have ever locked horns.
Wrestled, yeah.
Which is awesome and great to see, which there's going to be a singles match.
There has to be.
And then we also get continuation of Dragon and Okada from
Forbidden
Door.
Yeah.
Which can only, we've said this, it can only lead to them having their rematch at Wrestle Kingdom.
It just makes too much sense.
It makes too much sense for it not to happen, and then you have the rematch, the rubber match on Forbidden Door again, Forbidden Door 3.
Yeah.
I think that's what you have to do.
Yeah. This was
and then that's a 60-minute draw. But that's just me.
I agree. Then you do Wrestle Dream.
Right.
No time limit.
Well, right, and that's when you fold Taguchi into it so that Dragon and Taguchi can hold double belts.
Yeah, and then wrestling ends.
Right, the championship together, and then wrestling gets destroyed. Gets canceled across the board.
I know we forgot to talk about it. We'll talk about it after this. But this, seeing these four together.
It's awesome.
And the chemistry that they all
Great
had.
match. Okada barely bumps because he's a professional.
You finally got to see Okada hit a Rainmaker.
I did, yes.
It made me very happy.
Yep.
Because we were robbed of it the previous two times.
Absolutely.
And, you know, I was texting with Marcus, and he said, like, how crazy is it that AEW just has, like, one of the best in the world just on retainer?
Yeah.
Just, hey, we need Okada for a Wednesday night in Philadelphia. Think we could do it?
Right.
Yeah, why not?
Right. And I said this to you when we were hanging out, and you told me to save this for the show, so I will.
Yes.
For people who don't understand the equivalent, if you don't watch Japanese wrestling, you don't understand, like, Okada is he's not New Japan's champion, but he is still their number one guy.
Yeah, he is.
It's just what it is.
He's had a hellacious 10-year run.
I've said on this podcast a bunch of times that company lives and dies by him.
Yep.
6 months from now, you know, a month or two after Wrestle Kingdom, Okada's going to be champion again.
As he should be.
Right. So, that's huge. He is the biggest wrestling company in Japan's biggest star.
Yeah.
Household name, generational talent in Japan.
Yep.
Crazy. And I said to you, like, this would be like that, like WWF in like 95, 96, or 97 being able to call All Japan and say, hey, can Misawa come over to wrestle Bret Hart on Raw this week? Like, is he doing anything?
It's so spot on.
It's what it is, right? Because you take the best wrestler, best wrestler in the company, in the country, but in the company in Danielson. It's what it is.
Yeah,
there's nobody there. Danielson is arguably the best wrestler of all time.
Yeah,
he's at least the best wrestler of the last 20 years. And it's just what it is. And Okada, is that airplane going to crash into my house?
Life flight.
And you get Okada, who is the number one guy in the company, even though he doesn't have the belt, and he's coming over and he's working a program with Danielson.
Yeah,
like it is almost the. And again, will Okada? I don't know that Okada is the mythic figure that Misawa is or was at his peak into Noah and all that sort of stuff. Like,
I would say he is.
That is mythic. What the four pillars are,
no doubt. But
Okada has a lot of career left.
He's on year 10.
And hopefully he won't die in the ring.
Yeah, he's on year 10 of being the Rainmaker. And
right.
It's just getting better.
Right. And Misawa was the top, most popular wrestler in Japan from like 91 to when he died in like 2013.
Oh, 91.
Well, but
the early.
90s.
Yeah.
But so it's crazy. It is as close of a comparison as you can actually get.
No, and when you said it was spot on.
And it's a crazy thing that I think good and bad, like the impact may not be there because we have access to Okada at every turn now as wrestling fans.
Of course.
Whereas Misawa was a mythical beast
Absolutely.
in the 90s. People were like, who, what?
Yeah.
You know, and it also helps Okada because we know who he is. And if Misawa came over to Raw or WCW, you know, in 1997, people would be like, I don't know who this guy is.
Yeah.
Look at fucking Naganishi.
Yeah, you mean Kurosawa?
Kurosawa in WCW. Like, he was a huge star and just got, it was his excursion, but whatever.
Sure.
But yeah, so that, it's just super fucking cool, man.
Yeah,
and,
dude.
I like seeing Okada whenever I can see Okada.
Yeah.
So, and him and OC hugging is probably the moment of the
Dude,
night.
him doing the Rainmaker pose and OC just going in for the hug. I know like you have your wrestling ends of Danielson and Taguchi.
Mm-hmm.
For me, right there, if like somebody just goes like over the loudspeaker and scene,
right?
All right, guys, wrestling's over. I would be like, you know what, I'm okay.
And they're already stablemates.
You know, I think we're all right.
Yeah.
The ending of the show, I think we watched it back today. Some people were like confused about it, and like lukewarm on it. I was like, I don't understand how you're lukewarm. Okada hit Danielson with the Rainmaker, and he fucked Danielson up.
Right.
And Danielson was selling.
Right.
And after the match...
And the last time Danielson wrestled him, Danielson got hurt real bad.
And after the match, when Claudio hit the uppercut on OC was sick. So it's OC versus Claudio
the pin,
next week for the international title.
Very smart thing to do.
But when Danielson's down on the ground, Okada's taunting him and just talking shit.
Right.
And
they didn't show that great on TV.
No.
But it was fine.
In the arena, you could see it was very clear.
Mm-hmm.
Blackpool Combat Club came out to check on Brian.
Yes.
Best Friends come out with like Statlander and Hook.
Yep.
Hook and Yuta get in each other's faces. And I'm going, oh, they're setting up Blackpool Combat Club and like a Best Friends like little feud. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, right.
And I like, dude, give me Yuta Hook. That'd be fucking killer.
Right. Absolutely.
But yeah, it was the story of Okada hurting Bryan Danielson every time he gets in the ring with him.
Yep.
And I hope they tell that, like, yeah, you may have won that match, but like, who really won?
Right.
I broke your arm. Now we get in this match pro wrestling, man.
Yep, exactly. All leading, hopefully, to Wrestle Kingdom. But yeah, great Dynamite. Oh, Tony Storm and Luther.
Japanese Deathmatch legend, Luther.
Right, and the best use of him you could possibly do Rampage, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We won't talk about that.
No.
But watch Rampage.
Yeah.
I'm excited to watch Rampage this
You
week.
are getting two...
something that I'm very happy about, that at least they're trying. Just ignore that one kid. It's not going to go anywhere special, but I like that they're doing it because I am a fan of that person.
Yeah, very cool. We'll talk about that next week.
For sure.
So before we travel to Japan, we do have Halloween upcoming this Tuesday.
Yes.
And I don't know about you, but I'm in the mood for a little Thunderdome. You know who else is in the mood for a little Thunderdome?
Terry Funk.
Mr. Terry Funk, take it away.
What is a Thunderdome match? It's Halloween Havoc. No, it's a monstrous cage surrounding a ring that is electrified. Some people say it's a colossal vulgarity. What are the rules to a Thunderdome? The rules are no rules. That's right. Funk, Muta, Flair, and Sting are all locked within this monstrous cage. And there cannot be a winner. There can only be a loser. And how is a loser determined? It's determined by two designated terminators on the outside of that cage. And when they have decided that Funk and Muta have taken enough punishment, they can designate an ending to the match by throwing in a towel. And our designator is Gary Hart, a very sadistic individual. Now, who is going to be your designator, Ric Flair? You and Sting, you better get some putrid, mean individual that hates your guts, because Hart will never throw in that towel. Oh, yes, Halloween Havoc is going to be the end to you, Flair, and the end to Sting also. Oh, the Thunderdome.
All right, look at us. Here we are. We made it again
JTEX Corporation.
for one trip.
Forever. Yeah.
It was very nice of Terry Funk to explain to us the rules of the Thunderdome.
Yes.
As
There are no
best as-
winners and there's no losers.
As best as anybody can. There's no way to win.
Yeah,
There's
thank
only
you.
ways to lose.
Thank you, Mr. Terry. So, yeah, literally
One match.
a match.
Yes.
From All Japan Pro Wrestling, Raising an Army Memorial Service Night 4.
Did you watch anything else before this at all? Just this main event?
Just the main event.
So the Saito brothers are on this show right before this main event.
Okay.
Saito brothers were sumos. They're in Voodoo Murders. They used to be like clean cut wrestle dudes.
Yeah.
And now they're like long haired bearded gentlemen. And I think they win the titles here. I don't quite remember. But I wanted to bring up is that their entrance music is Dream Warriors by Dawkins.
Okay. New favorite tag team. Fuck yeah.
So, worth mentioning.
Well, that rules.
I was scanning through and I was like, I'll just stop here to set it up on my TV and everything. And then I was like, wait, what's that riff?
why is Dawkins coming
Right.
through my television?
So
Yeah, only watched one
yes,
match.
Triple Crown title match.
Yes, the champ Yuma Aogi. The challenger Kento Miyahara.
Yes,
So this goes about a half hour.
it does.
Yuma Aogi retains. Now, I know we mentioned, I asked you about it yesterday.
Yes,
And you're still having the same issue with all Japan.
I'm having the problem. I do not connect to either of these guys. And granted, we don't watch enough All Japan
We don't know.
for me to get a feel of the whole product as a whole.
Just don't.
But I can watch wrestling and be like, oh, that was really cool, and this match was really cool, and there's cool stuff in it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff I liked, but we've watched Kento Miyahara a whole bunch, and I'm still yeah, he's good, but I don't know that I need to watch his stuff all the time. And he gets high rated matches, and this match is very good, but I'm not yeah, that's the dude. This dude should be on bigger and better things. I was like, okay, he's their guy. Crowd likes him. But I don't see that next level out of either of these guys. It's
So
weird
when
to
it comes
me.
out, you don't chant Kento,
No.
Miyahara Kento?
No.
Oh.
But Yuma hits the Fisherman Buster on the apron.
That was gross.
Sick as fuck.
Yeah.
And then they have a trade-off that are German suplexes versus fisherman suplexes. Awesome.
Yeah.
Super cool stuff. The final sequence is great. It's a very Kings Roads match. It builds, and then the last 5 minutes is insanity. But I'm just I don't feel it in my heart for either of these guys. And I don't watch enough All Japan to find that guy that will, and if I get one, I'll get a bunch more.
Sure.
I just don't have that one dude that's opening up this company for me. And I'm not gonna be I'm not watching All Japan anymore. If stuff is cool, I'm gonna watch it. But yeah, it's a good match. But whatever. I liked it.
Yeah.
You know.
I thought it was good, man.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Yeah.
Miyahara with his that trapped German suplex.
They're
Such
both
a cool
very
move.
talented wrestlers.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's just no emotional connection.
Yeah,
for it.
I'm lacking the emotional connection.
What about the post match?
Well, so that's sort of you'd put in the Discord watch this match, but especially for the post match.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, well, what's going to happen? And my thought was oh, they're going to bring back the real Triple Crown again. And that's why this is going to be super cool.
Yeah.
And then because here's the thing. If either of these guys came out and were I'm Triple Crown champion now, I'm going to get rid of this bullshit belt and I'm bringing back the 3.
You're in.
Then immediately I'm in.
Yeah, you're right.
But they're not doing that, sadly. But so the match ends. Yuma Yogi or Yuyagi is talking, and Nakajima comes out.
Mr. Katsuhiko Nakajima.
And he's been floating around All Japan. Noah and All Japan were doing some stuff back and forth because Keno was there and, all that sort of stuff. But Nakajima comes out in a suit, and he has flowers.
His flowers for Miyahara.
And traditionally give flowers to the winner of the match. But
so they have history.
Yeah, right.
Miyahara and Nakajima, I think they trained together.
Okay.
And they obviously went their separate
Is
ways.
Miyahara trained by Kensuke Sasaki?
I don't know if he's by Sasaki, but I know that they do, like, they started out young together.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Nakajima.
Trained by Nakajima.
Oh,
Sasaki and Masa Saito.
So, wow.
His debut was 2008.
That's crazy.
So Nakajima has 4 years on him.
Yeah.
But trained by Sasaki and Masa Saito and Riki Choshu.
That's nuts.
Yes.
So, yeah, traditionally you have flowers for the winner. So Nakajima was thinking, oh, he's going to win.
Right.
He's going to win the title. I'm going to give him flowers. Instead,
He's just trying to be a nice guy.
Yeah, instead Miyahara's laying outside the ring, kind of like posted up against the guardrail, and Nakajima's just staring at him, and Miyahara stands up, and Nakajima just smokes him in the face with this bouquet of flowers, knocks Miyahara down, and Nakajima walks off disgusted. So you're going to get another Miyahara-Nakajima match.
Yes.
Which I'm the fucking
and Nakajima, I love. So whoever he wrestles in All Japan, I'm probably going to give a look-see. So.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that was it. That's literally it.
That's the whole thing. Again, we're not watching New Japan for the Super Juniors tournament. We're not going to watch the heavyweight tag tournament.
No.
Super Juniors tag tournament, sorry. Noah is we'll be talking about Nakajima's last Noah stuff, but that hasn't been happening yet.
No, not yet.
DDT has some stuff coming up.
Yeah.
We have the New Japan Strong show in Vegas, or just New Japan show in Vegas. So there's stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
But it's been light. But that's fine. We filled this podcast to the fucking brim.
We really did.
Brim. We're spilling over.
Fill it till the cup runneth over.
That's right.
Did you buy anything?
Before we get into that, what was your match of the match?
I literally have it fucking written down. So Japan, it's by default.
By default, has to be.
It has to be by default. And I did think it was very good.
Yeah.
So by default,
for sure.
Yume Yogi, Kento Miyahara. And then for the US, I know I'm going to go Ospreay Speedball.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, I'm going Ospreay Speedball.
Okay.
I think I liked it more than you did.
Yes.
You're a Speedball hater.
Sure.
And I'm a Speedball okayer.
Yeah.
But
the fact that Speedball is so overhyped gets him negative points for me.
I'm not going to argue that at all. I get that.
But I would have put that probably third down on my list this week.
But Ospreay is just...
Okay.
He's a different level, man.
So my American match of the week is Lexis King versus Dante Chino.
Get out.
Of my own house.
Yeah.
I liked a lot of what we saw. I really liked that tag match at the end of Rampage, and it was really fun being there.
Yeah.
But I'm actually going to say Shelley Alexander.
There you go.
I really like that match. I like the guy working. Look at Impact sweeping this week.
Seriously, holy shit!
But I just like the guy working tricep. It's a really interesting, fun concept. But Dynamite as a whole was so much fun. So,
all right.
Now, did we buy anything? Yes.
What'd you buy?
I bought. Adam found them, and I went and picked them up. The RVD Ultimate.
Fucking finally.
So I got the RVD Ultimate that I already have out.
Vansky.
Took the old ECW belt off of the Terry Funk that Terry Funk never actually held.
Yep. We're doing that when I get home.
And then I also canceled my AEW 4-pack.
That's right.
Because I'm going to be buying other stuff this
weekend. Because you canceled AEW.
Right. You're canceled AEW. But
yeah, you're going to be buying...
I'm buying a bunch this weekend, so something's got to give, and I would sacrifice an OC figure for the sake of not having a Thunder Rosa and Jeffrey Wardlow figure and having a badass Lobo figure. So spoilers, and more, but I won't spoil the rest.
No,
but that I think is it this week.
So I got the RVD.
Okay.
And then on Friday last week, I was at Target with my nephew, and I bought the Magneto X-Men Marvel Legends series,
Nice.
X-Men 97.
Yep.
Because it's fucking killer.
Nice.
And did I buy anything else? No, I don't think so. Oh, you gave me a Blue Beetle.
Yep.
Which is awesome. Thank you for that.
Yep.
I feel like that's going to awaken something.
Uh-oh.
I'm still fighting off buying NECA stuff. Somebody posted like a Michael Myers in the major group.
Yeah.
Like posed next to the wrestlers or whatever. I was like, motherfucker, I'm fighting it. Just fighting it.
It's funny.
Yeah. But yeah. That's...
You have Michael Myers.
Yeah, but like,
back.
there's a lot of stuff.
There's a ton.
Yeah.
Those DC figures are only $20 still. So
I know.
That's nice. The McFarlane.
They're so nice. I love the packaging.
They're really cool.
Too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
it.
That's all she fucking wrote.
Let's get out of here.
All right.
Let's give people a break. We'll be back next week with more wrestling.
I'll break my foot off in there.
Who knows what's going to happen in the week to come in the world of professional wrestling. But thanks for listening. This has been We Need Wrestling at We Need Wrestling on social media. You can email the show, WeNeedWrestling@gmail.com, WeNeedWrestling.com, Spotify, iTunes, every fucking where, I think. Google Podcast, even though that's going away, I think. We're a proud member of the soon-to-be-named network at STBN Network on Twitter, soon-to-be-named-network.com, soon-to-be-named-network.tumblr.com. Check all that out. Check out Odds with Wrestling. Joe's perspective on our trip yesterday. Check out our other show, Wings on Wings. Check out Final Wrestling Place. Check out Longbox Heroes After Dark. Check out their Patreons. Check out Puzzle Warriors 3. Check out Hayabusa. The one true place you can get Dagathor.
Agreed, yes. The original home of Dagathor.
The only true. All other Dagathor appearances are, even mentions are in fact fakakta.
Yeah.
They're fake. They're fugazi.
What a word.
Right. They're fakakta. They're fugazi. They're fakes. They're not the one true thing.
Yeah.
There's only one place where you can get both Dagathor and the what fucking Hart brother is that? Smith Hart selling you stuff. So
yeah,
that's Hayabusa. Check that out. Yeah, I guess that's it, right? We'll be back next week.
Yeah.
More wrestling and more wrestling.
And more wrestling.
You're listening to the soon-to-be-named network, the Lamborghini of podcast networks.
Knock it off, nerds!